The following is a presentation of Radio Alabama Sports. This broadcast is copyrighted by Radio Alabama for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast, descriptions, or accounts of the game without Radio Alabama's consent is strictly prohibited.
Sylacauga Aggies play right here. Welcome to the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network and the Star Physical Therapy pregame show, sponsored in part by Alta Point, Coosa Valley Medical Center, Allen Oil Company, Star Physical Therapy, Marble City Pharmacy, Sleeping Giant Heating and Cooling, Wright Tire and Service, Toyota of Sylacauga, Central Alabama Community College, State Farm agent Albia Steers, La Costa Mexican Restaurant, Edward Jones agent Jesse Gum, Alabama District 33 State Representative Ben Robbins, Donahue Physical Therapy, Sylacauga Chamber of Commerce, Coosa Valley Recycling, Another Level Cards, Amya, Van Sant Hardware, Sycamore Federal Credit Union, Wharf Casual Seafood, Fair to Midland Gifts and Boutiques, Broadway Spinal Care, First Bank of Alabama, Sarah Nissan of Sylacauga, Sarah Honda of Sylacauga, and Tony Sarah Ford, CAC Adult Learning, Snap Fitness, Alabama Digestive Care Center, Coosa Valley MRI, Bucks Island, and Sylacauga Pediatrics.
We are here at the Aggie soccer field about a little less than 5 minutes, 2.5 minutes from kickoff here in the first round of the AHSAA Class 5A soccer playoffs. Sylacauga hosting two games tonight. The first one on tap, the girls contest against Montevallo and Alex Bauman. Michael Giddens here on the call with you. This is a matchup that happened last year in the first round. Sylacauga was victorious in that one, 1-0. These two teams are on a hot streak. Both of these squads have been rolling as of late. Really only one loss in the last 2 months for both teams. If you look at all the way back to begin March, that was when the Aggies won the Talladega County tournament over Lincoln in a penalty shootout, and then they've only lost one game since then. That came April the 7th at Westbrook Christian. Through those games, they've had 3 mercy rule victories. I mean, the Aggies have been on a roll, but you also look at Montevallo. They haven't lost but one game, that game coming in the area against Indian Springs, and Sylacauga knows all about how good Indian Springs is. And that was only a 2-0 loss at Indian Springs. Besides that, it's win, 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 win. You have to go all the way back to the other game against Indian Springs. The last time they lost to a team not named Indian Springs all year was their season opener against Westminster of Oak Mountain. I mean, they're 14-3-4 on the season. So these are two teams that are primed. They're ready. Alex, who is your X factor? You've been the cameraman for some of these games, but you're stepping into the booth this time on the mic. Of what you've seen so far from these Lady Aggies, who's going to step up tonight to lead them to victory?
I think it's going to have to be, we all know what Natalie Perez is going to bring to the table with her attack, her goal scoring. We know what Kayla Tenzi is going to bring to the table. I would say she's like a steel curtain in front of the goal. Nothing really ever gets past her. She didn't let up a single goal in area play all season long. She's probably the MVP outside of Natalie Perez for them. The X factor for me is going to be Bailey Malone. I thought the games we've seen this year, has played outstanding. She's been I guess you would say the leader of the attack alongside Natalie Perez, and she kind of keeps everyone in check and makes sure the communication's key. I would look at Bailey Malone to be the X factor for the Aggies tonight.
And you look at Montevallo, they've got, I believe, 5 seniors on this team. They've got some players that have to have a sour taste in their mouth from last year getting knocked out 1-0 to these Aggies. Both teams are huddled up and having their final instructions before taking the field. The officials will go and meet with the captains here in just a moment. Of course, now that we're in the playoffs, unable to bring you footage of what's going on the field, so you get to look at Alex and I's lovely faces up here in the booth. But bear with us. We'll still bring you all the action. And thank you for listening on Mix 106.5. here on the Aggie Sports Network, the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network, YouTube and Facebook as well with the booth cam, and we'll bring you as many games as possible. Of course, later tonight after this game between Sylacauga and Montevallo's girls, it's the boys' turn to take the Aggie soccer field. They will host Northside. They are from Tuscaloosa, from Northport, coming to town, and that's a team that also it came down to their final area game to determine if they or Montevallo would make the postseason, and Northside came out the better of the two based on tiebreakers. And congrats to them. They'll take on Sylacauga tonight. But first off, we have our game between the Lady Aggies and the Montevallo Lady Bulldogs. And we will take just a quick break, and when we come right back, we'll have kickoff between Sylacauga and Montevallo here on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network.
Have you been in a car accident? That soreness and stiffness can set in fast. At Broadway Spinal Care, we work with all major motor vehicle insurance providers, and in many cases, your care may cost you nothing out of pocket. Our goal is to help you heal quickly so you can get back to feeling like yourself again. Call Broadway Spinal Care today at 256-861-8546 to schedule your appointment and start your road to recovery.
At Allen Brew Markets, we're proud to call this community home. Every day, we bring you great service, quality products, and the convenience you deserve. From morning coffee to late-night fill-ups, we're always here when you need us. Allen Brew Markets, your hometown convenience store, your hometown pride. And when it comes to serving our neighbors, we're all in with Allen.
You're all in with Allen, oh yeah, Allen Brew Markets.
Feeling slowed down by pain or injury? At Star Physical Therapy in Sylacauga, we help you get back to the life you love faster. From sports injuries to chronic back or joint pain, our skilled, compassionate team creates personalized treatment plans just for you. Don't stay on the sidelines. Regain strength, mobility, and confidence with therapeutic exercises, manual therapy, and proven techniques. Call 256-249-4701 or visit starphysicaltherapy.net and start your journey to better health today.
Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network is driven by Right Tire and Service. Drive smoothly on the right tires and keep your ride in mint condition with the right parts. Right Tire and Service on West Fort William Street in Sylacauga.
We've had a stretch of Thursdays here that have been pretty good for the Sylacauga Lady Aggies. You look back, April the 9th, home contest with Valley. 10-0 final. Last Thursday, home contest with Beauregard. 10-0 final. Now, I don't think we'll expect a mercy rule here in the first round of the playoffs, but if they can keep to their Thursday form that they've had so far in April, I like the chances for the Aggies tonight. But this Montevallo team, like we talked about earlier, besides Indian Springs, only one other loss the whole year.
The big thing for Sylacauga tonight is we've seen them playing close games. The Lincoln-Talladega County Championship game, that was a penalty kick game. But having dominated so much throughout this season, you wonder how the Aggies are going to respond tonight, because Montevallo, you beat them last season. You ended a lot of their seasons. You ended some senior seasons that maybe they're still friends with. You have a target on your back. How are you going to be able to battle adversity in what we expect to be a close match?
Lady Aggies, the home team in the black top, black shorts, white lettering. Montevallo, white tops, blue shorts, and blue lettering. As the kickoff starts, Montevallo immediately sends it forward, but then it ends up with the Aggies. Maggie Forbes trying to play it to Alyssa Pruitt. Forbes will end up with it in the end, trying to advance into Montevallo's half, but is dispossessed. And back and forth we go. Now Gardner with it, tries to find Sydney Carter. Gaspar. And now a shot coming in, and Kayla Tinsley lets it bounce twice before clutching it in her 6-yard box.
We were talking before the game, Michael. We were wondering if Montevallo, seeing how Sylacauga has dominated offensively so much, was going to try to park the bus. early on they're trying to be more aggressive offensively rather than park the bus.
They are, and right there it's a dispossession between Forbes and Malone in the midfield. And Montevallo right now having the better of the early possession, but just a minute in. That through ball not going to find Montevallo's forward. Gaspar intercepts up to Carter on the right flank. And here's Mia Dennis with a chance to spray it wide left to Pruitt. She can't find her, but it bounces kindly to Perez. Malone plays one over the top. One for Pruitt to run onto. And Montevallo is going to play it out for a Sylacauga throw. Gardner coming up to take it for the Aggies, and first foray into Lady Bulldog territory. Ball just bouncing around the 18-yard box. It comes all the way out to Forbes. Forbes encouraged to shoot. Turns into a pass of sorts. Now Dennis takes the shot, scores. There is no flag for offside, and the Aggies take a lead less than 2 minutes into the first half.
Not sure if that was what they were intending to get there, Michael, but the pass was laid up just perfectly for and put the perfect English on that ball.
Yeah, I never saw Maggie Forbes look for a pass there. It looked like she looked down at the ball and said, how hard can I put my laces through this? And it kindly fell to Mia Dennis on the right, and she was not going to be denied from there. A fantastic start for the Lady Aggies, and we'll get going again. Montevallo with the same strategy, just bumping it forward and trying to press up high. It's eventually going to be won back by Isabella Waddell on the right, and it's going to go out for a Lady Bulldog throw-in. Trying to find Waddell again. And Pruitt attached to her hip. Cross not going to come off. Gardner just clears it out for a throw. And a smart play there by Gigi Childress. A low cross came into the box. She just let it run, and it was easy to deal with for Kayla Tinsley.
If you're going to try to score on Kayla Tinsley, you got to put a lot more on the ball than what Montevallo has done the past 2 shots they've attempted. Nothing on those.
Perez sandwiching her way in between 2 defenders. Tried to play a toe poke through ball for Pruitt. And Forbes finds Pruitt. Pruitt not on the same page with Perez. No foul called against Perez. She won the ball cleanly. Now just trying to look for a teammate. She'll go to Malone. Malone trying to go right back to Perez down the left. Right back. Ends up with Malone, but the touch lets her down. It's out for a Lady Bulldog throw. Quickly in, but Malone saw it coming. She gets in front. Forbes now with it. Plays it straight to Sydney Salazar for the Lady Bulldogs. Now trying to work it to Waddell here on the right wing. It's going to go out for a Lady Bulldog throw. Forbes to Carter. Dennis, the Lady Aggie goal scorer on the right, is going to earn the Aggies a throw. Smith finds Carter. Nice find there from Smith to Carter. Carter was taken out, no foul call. And now Lady Bulldogs can break down this right with Waddell. Waddell's pass is errant, but Forbes just clears it out for another throw.
Since those early pushes, Michael, Sylacauga's defense has kept Montevallo really in that middle third of the field, not letting them get down to get to the goal.
Gardner tries a couple of different clearances. Neither one comes off. Now Malone should get to this. Malone on the left. Tries to play in Perez. Defense was ready for it. Now Pruitt can't win it back cleanly. It's Zabdi Perez. Montevallo can't keep it in play. Another throw. It's been not much clean play through the middle of the field so far. Most of the play happening on the sideline. Lots and lots of throw-ins here early.
They're not giving a lot of easy stuff to Natalie Perez. It feels like they're trying to double and triple team her and making somebody else beat them down the field.
Pruitt was trying to find Dennis, I believe, with a cross. It deflected, and now it's out for the Bulldogs, who can run down this left side. Childress defending. Gets by one. Ball deflected, now comes off, and the Aggies should be able to clear her with Malone. Malone just punts it forward. Zebedee Perez to Waddell. Smith. Waddell takes the shot. It was a shot / cross with one Bulldog having a good opportunity to possibly poke it in, but Tinsley claims, and that was the first real clear-cut, at least a half chance there for the Lady Bulldogs.
Again, though, you're going to have to put a lot more English on the ball if you're going to get past Kayla Tinsley. If it's slow like these past 3 goal attempts, she has the quickness and the ability to stop anything.
Pruitt with a chance to get her head up and look, tries to find Perez. Right now it's just pinball out there. Carter with a chance to get her head up and find Dennis. It's going to be kept in play by Dennis, who sends it all the way down the right. Now just a race. The 2 Lady Bulldogs are going to help out, and eventually it's just going to be played out for a throw. Oh, claimed last off of Dennis. So I thought it was going to be an Aggie throw. Taken quickly. Right out of play and back to the Aggies. That's the outcome we wanted in the first place. Just took us a couple extra seconds to get there. So an awkward bounce here. Good idea, Perez. Perez thinking about the shot, now turns back around to her right. Nice footwork. It's going to go right flank with Carter. Carter. And just the Bulldogs were nipping at the heels of whoever had the ball for the Lady Aggies.
And they're really honed in on Natalie Perez. Anytime she gets in the vicinity or the chance to touch the soccer ball, there's at least 2 Bulldogs around her.
Yeah, she made a really nifty turn there, coming back to her right to try to get it on her favored right foot, but just too many defenders. Malone, and that one's just going to go out of play, and it's going to be a goal kick. Eight and a half minutes played so far. A Mia Dennis goal, the difference. The Aggies leading 1-0. Abigail Torres. Her kick goes straight to Elena Kissick, who just subbed into the game for the first time over here on the left wing. She'll play it back towards the middle. Can't find an Aggie. 2 number 4s battling. It's going to be won by Ebony Perez. Tries to play a through ball for Waddell. And it's Gaspar that gets to it first. But Waddell will keep it in play. Kissick to Perez. Perez tries to get by the defender, and solid defending there to play it out for a throw. Garner's throw to Malone. Malone. This one, nice find for Perez. Perez tries to find Dennis, but an intercept by Montevallo's left back can allow them to go forward left wing, and that's a great play by Smith stepping up. Now Perez. And I think Perez thought that Dennis was running down the right. Dennis was back defending, and he goes out of play for a Montevallo throw on the far sideline. Waddell, who's been very active on this right flank for Montevallo, subs out. Throw-in looks for Carter. Can't get it to her. Good job by Bailey Malone to get back, and now Mia Dennis. Ball goes out of play, and it's ruled a Montevallo throw. And that's going to be an illegal throw against Montevallo, so the Aggies get the ball right back in Bulldog territory. Over 10 minutes played so far, and it feels like the ball's been out of play more than it's been in play.
Scrappy first half of this game, Michael. You know, both these teams really want it, and they're trying to make the best of their opportunities.
The Aggies did just that. Less than 2 minutes into the game on a Mia Dennis goal. She tries to keep this one in play off the restart. And her efforts, along with Ava Rollins, result in a throw-in for Montevallo, but deep in their territory. Here's Malone. Malone finds Rollins to Perez. Perez, thinking about shot, twist back to her right. Lays it off for Rollins. Rollins tries to take a shot, and the ball's taken off of her at the last second. Now Bulldogs can break. Well, they thought they were, but Pruitt said no. But it's quite a battle between number 1 for the Bulldogs and number 6 for the Aggies, and eventually Chloe Howard wins out in that battle with Pruitt. Pruitt had won the ball initially, took it all the way over to this near sideline right below us. Then Howard took it back off of her and won the free kick.
Been a lot of physicality between both teams. They're giving up nothing easy, making you earn possession of the ball if you're going to get it.
Kissick chases that ball down and tries to win it back for the Aggies. Instead, it ends up with Perez for the Bulldogs. Abdi Perez. That's a shot/through ball, but Tinsley was well off her line. Even though 2 Bulldogs were trying to get on the end of it, they were just a little bit too late. Malone for Kissick. Kissick goes back to Gaspar. Gaspar straight to Perez. Another through ball, and this one, Tinsley had to come up to the top of her box. That one was even closer.
Come on, girls, we can score. You can do it.
That ball, another dangerous one over the top, but Tinsley recognized the situation early. Came out and for a 3rd straight time.
Tinsley's ability to locate the ball, regardless of where it's kicked from, hard to teach that, Michael. And they can be at the middle 3rd kicking that in the box, and she's in the perfect spot to get it.
Kissick chases down the ball and forces a deeper throw, trying to flip the field position a little bit. Kayla Tinsley's had a little bit of a break these past few weeks, it seems like, on our Thursday night games, and having to be a little more active tonight. Here's Perez trying to work one inside for the Aggies, and it was blocked, but it will be a really deep throw. The Aggies been dangerous from these deep throw situations. They'll go short. They'll try to try it long. You never know what they'll do. Dennis is out, and in the game now, it's Mackenzie Cooper. Scored her first varsity goal last Thursday. Malone thinks about the shot, and it never curved back. She was trying to get her inside of her foot around it, going from right to left, and it just never came back left. It's a goal kick for Montevallo.
I like the aggressiveness from Malone. Maybe would have been better trying to set someone else up on more of a pass closer into the box.
Yeah, Mackenzie Cooper tried to get on the end of it, but just a little bit too hard. She'll intercept the goal kick. Gaspar. Malone and Kissick work in tandem to get it back. Now it's Gaspar. Good move there from Allison Huerta, the freshman. Still fighting for the ball, but now Kissick gets it back. Huerta back with it. Can't find a teammate. Pruitt just sends it forward to Perez. Perez lays it off for Pruitt, trying to look for Cooper. Nice move from Cooper. He takes it outside. Cooper. Cross comes in from Pruitt. No, Aggies were running into the box to get on the end of it. Perez wins it back for the Aggies, lays it off to Malone. Malone trying to find Kissick. Said it's cleared forward by Montevallo. Down this right flank with Huerta. Huerta. Tough ball to deal with, but Childress does pretty well. Now Smith will just play it safe, out for a throw.
And that was an incredible play by Childress Giddens to head that out.
Yeah, she was the last defender besides Tinsley in that situation. Cross comes in off of Gaspar. Cooper. Anywhere will do right now for the Aggies as most of the team is back defending. Smith. And it should be Cooper or Rollins here. Malone to Perez. That's a pretty good ball, but just a little bit too hard. Keeper sends it away off of Pruitt. Perez to Kissick. Kissick trying to find Rollins. Instead it ends up with the Bulldogs. If Huerta's on side, which she is down the right, Childress steps in front. That was big. Oh, and that was tough to deal with for Tinsley. She let it hop once and had to just parry it away as that ball was heading to the upper left corner. Still not dealt with. Bulldogs. That ball comes in. Huerta's got space. Goes back to her right. Tries the shot, and it's going to be wide of the near post. And a goal kick for the Aggies, but the Bulldogs creeping ever so closer to getting this equalizer. The Aggies have to hold firm.
Man, that was as close as it's been in the past couple of games we've seen, Michael. Gigi Childress has come up clutch, though, in, what would we say, 3 or 4 situations when they've gotten close to that box.
Yeah, she's been kind of that sweeper last defender. And she's played so well, turned around, running towards her goal. Goal kick comes out. Forbes trying to win it. Forbes hits the ground, and it's going to be a foul against Montevallo. And that will relieve some pressure and allow the Aggies to get back in Montevallo's half.
Still with all that pressure, Michael, none of the Aggies have wavered, from Kayla Tinsley to Gigi Childress to April Gardner back there. None of them have seemed to be shaken by the pressure of Montevallo.
On the free kick, Montevallo is able to get possession back, and they can try to go forward. Smith does well to step in front once. However, it comes through Montevallo, and Gaspar sweeps it away, just trying to not allow any Lady Bulldog to run forward with a head of steam. Almost finds Perez. Forward we go again. And that one is not going to do it. It's either a shot or a pass from long range, and there was no Bulldog running on the end of it, and it was far too weak to worry Tinsley and off target. So we'll take more of that. But the problem is we can't get started and keep possession for very long right now, as once again the Bulldogs turn us over. They had the ball, but now maybe Forbes on this right. Dispossessed by Perez. She gets a lucky bounce off of Cooper, sends it forward, but Tinsley's not worried about it.
Talked about Sylacauga not being able to get much offensively at this point. They just have to match the physicality of Montevallo. Montevallo is body blows and being as physical as possible with everyone when they're attacking. Sylacauga has to match that to prevent them from getting these steals.
Perez picks it up. Can send it down the left, but just doesn't manage to keep it in play, as she had Kissitt running down the left. Throw in comes to Huerta. It's off of Huerta and right back to an Aggie throw. 3 subs in the game for the Lady Aggies. You got Sydney Carter. You got Lexi Lucas. And you got Hagen Matchin all into the game. Smith, Gardner, and Forbes off. And it's a high boot against Perez, foul called. So now a free kick for the Bulldogs. "17 minutes to play in the first half. The Aggies lead 1-0. Free kick goes and is intercepted by Malone to Perez. Perez trying to dribble down the left. Has it taken off of her. That's Nicole Almora Sosa. He gets the ball back for the Bulldogs. Long pass back. Carter was chasing it. It's going to wind up over here with one of these Aggies, eventually with Kissick. Kissick looking for a teammate. Back to Gaspar. Childress. And now with Pruitt. Pruitt can run down the right.
There was Gigi Childress again when the going got tough and defense needed to stop. She provided it for the Aggies.
And both Lucas and Matchin come into this back line. Lucas at left back, Matchin at right back, and it can be a tough situation. The other two, I'm sure they're tired, but they've been defending well. You throw them into the fire. Hopefully the Aggies can at least flip the field here for a few minutes to let them get acquainted to being in the game. Matchin will take this throw. Another sub in for the Aggies. Kissick off, Dennis back in, and Dennis will take up this left flank. She's already scored from the right. Trying to find Perez. Cooper so fast. She almost got to it first. Instead, it's played out for a very deep Sylacauga Lady Aggie throw. Another one for Matchin. And it's headed out. It'll be an Aggie corner, the first corner of the game, I believe, for either team. We are 25 minutes into the game. Dennis takes it, headed. And Bailey Malone, who didn't even jump, almost guided that thing into the top left corner. What a fantastic header that would have been, but it just misses. It's a goal kick for Montevallo.
Wow, that was really close. You wonder if she had realized she was going to try to head it, if it would have been a goal rather than an accidental header.
Yeah, I think she saw it, but she was leaning back. I don't know if it was just the angle she was coming in at. She couldn't get a good jump into it, but it was still almost perfect. Ball goes out of play on the goal kick. It'll be a Lady Aggie throw on the far side. Carter heads it along. Malone jumping on the volley and couldn't get the top spin to bring it back down. It sails over the crossbar for a goal kick.
That was another close one from Bailey Malone. In the Beauregard game, Michael, she had a few close calls and eventually found the net.
She is clearly the Aggie most willing to shoot right now. Two of them from outside the box. And she'll intercept that goal kick. Finds Perez. Perez dispossessed. And that's a big-time foul from Bailey Malone coming in and taking down number 4, Zabdi Perez. Card is not coming out. Perez is staying down for a second, but she does hop up limping on her right leg. And I think it was a really hard foul, but it was the first infringement against Malone. If she had committed any other fouls at that point, she probably gets a yellow. A little bit of grace there from the official. Headed away by Malone on the free kick. Trying to find Perez. There's a ball for Huerta to run onto. Excuse me, it was Perez trying to get to it, but Gaspar plays it out for a throw. I may just call number 4 Zabdi, because I feel like if I call her Perez, I'm already used to calling Natalie Perez.
A little bit of confusion for the fans.
Yeah, we got to get a differentiator here. So we'll go with Zabdi for number 4 for Montevallo. Malone, the Aggies number 4, plays it forward, and Carter touches it pretty well down the left, but the only defender that was left, Yasmin Chavez, makes a big play. Now it's another chance for Carter to run onto one. Cleared once again, but Dennis, Carter, Perez, back to Carter. Perez gets in there for Pruitt. Pruitt tries to play in Dennis. Dennis on the left. Back to Carter. And this one is going to tamely fall back to the keeper, but the Aggies almost coming up with the perfect combination on the counter.
Beautiful counter for the Aggies. Only thing that didn't happen was the goal. One of the better offensive showings we've seen so far.
Really better than the goal, but it doesn't always matter about the build-up. What matters is the end product. The one that had it is Dennis. She's got the ball on the left again, and this one's going to go out. Was that a throw or a corner? Looks like a really deep throw as Lexi Lucas will work her way down the left side to take it. .11 minutes left in the first half. Aggies up 1-0 thanks to Mia Dennis. Ball comes out to Pruitt after being cleared by Montevallo. Nice touch around one defender. Looking for an Aggie making a run in the box, but nobody was. Malone. Oh, and Dennis has just hit the ground off the ball with no contact, and she's on the ground, and this is not good for the Aggies. Holding her knee, top part of her right leg, right below the knee, and she just, I kind of saw it out of the corner of my eye watching the ball, but I saw her go down completely away from where the ball was, and this is a, hate to see this. I hope it's just a twist and not anything worse than that, but she's in a bit of discomfort on the field right now. All the Aggies taking a knee. Todd Malone out there checking on her. Coach Fleeman coming out here as well. And we'll just hold our breath and wait to see if she's able to put any weight on it. And she is limping on it, but she is doing so mostly under her own power, and that's good to see. Mia Dennis, such a pivotal part, one of these seniors, and the goal scorer today. I don't know if you saw it, Alex. All I saw happen to her was that she went down. Did you see anything?
It's like one of those times where your cleat gets kind of stuck in the grass and you try to move and your knee bends.
She is walking gingerly, but on her own, and that's really good to see. We'll restart here, and we'll restart with Elena Kissick back in the game over here on the left. Ten minutes and 31 seconds remain after the injury. Mia Dennis. Goal kick comes out to Malone. Here's Perez trying to work down the left. Be another Aggie throw in. Lucas will take it. Trying to find Perez. And we'll do it again. And the Aggies are content with this. I mean, it's throw in after throw in, but when you got a 1-0 lead, you don't need anything else for the rest of the game. I know it's not exciting soccer, but it's winning soccer. Finally, the ball comes off the left flank. Pruitt battling with Sosa, and they just decided to flip the sides of the field because now we got an Aggie throw in on the far side. In the last minute, there's been 5 Aggie throws. Carter heads this one into the 18-yard box. It will be cleared only as far as Childress. Childress sends it forward. It's one for Pruitt to run onto, or excuse me, Kissick. She does. Kissick goes back to Malone. Malone, high, Carter. Back to Kissick. Kissick cross comes in. It's over everybody. Cooper's the one to chase. She will get to it before it goes out of play. Cooper still trying to win it against 3 defenders. Look like a handball. No call. Now the cross comes in. It goes out, and it's in the back of the net. The keeper, head in hands, cannot believe that she was unable to catch that one, as it'll be a goal credited to number 6, Alyssa Pruitt. But it really should have been caught. We'll take it how we can get it. It doubles our advantage. The Aggies up 2-0 with 8 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the first half.
All that starts with the aggressiveness from Mackenzie Cooper. I believe his 7th grader, Michael. The cross was had too much power on it. Mackenzie Cooper's the first one to it on the opposite side of the field. He gets blocked. She's surrounded by 3 people and is able to get it to Mackenzie Pruitt. Or Alyssa Pruitt, sorry.
And it looked like there should have been a handball in the build-up. No call. Of course, it worked out in the Aggies' favor. On the restart here, Montevallo immediately just pushing it forward. Matchin could have let it run out of play. Instead, plays it off of Montevallo. And we'll have a goal kick.
And now you wonder, being up 2-0, does Coach Fleeman change the strategy? Does he get more defensive, or does he continue to try to score more goals on Montevallo?
I think with the way that you've seen Montevallo attack, even as Sylacauga's tried to play a more open game, you really don't want to go into a shell and allow them to have more of the ball. You need to try to keep the foot on the pedal. Aggies on the goal kick. Look for Carter. Carter's going to take out Zabdi. Second foul she's drawn. And a free kick for Montevallo. She's going way back like she's thinking about a shot. This would be from almost, 35, 40 yards out. Just no chance you're beating. I mean, it'd be something absolutely Herculean.
You have to be like Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo out there to get it past Tinsley.
Carter does well on the restart. Looking for Cooper. Now Pruitt. Second Aggie goal scorer after Mia Dennis, who went off injured earlier. And an opportunity was brewing for Montevallo from left to right, but Bailey Malone said no thank you. Tried to kick it over the fence on the far side.
Her and Gigi Childress have had many breakups to prevent some offensive drives.
I mean, Bailey Malone is very good going forward, don't get me wrong, but her ability to see the game from an anchoring defensive midfield perspective and just break up play after play and be in the right position the vast majority of the time is so impressive. And I think that is one aspect where you're talking about trying to, become a little more defensive. You let her just stay a little bit deeper. The rest of the attack can still push forward, but she's gonna thwart a lot of what Montevallo wants to do just by herself.
And even backing her up defensively, Michael, she can still have the power on the ball to get it close to the box to give other people the opportunity to score.
Yep.
She doesn't have to be as close as maybe some other players do.
Aggies just trading throw-ins on the far side. We're going to have a sub here. Forbes coming back in the game for Carter. Trying to keep an eye on Mia Dennis, who I think is maybe standing up and walking around over there now, which is a good sign. See her back in the game. I don't know if they want to risk it, but ball comes out on the throw-in looking for Kissick. Lucas with a chance here, tries to put it forward. And Gaspar just plays it safe out for a Montevallo throw. Yeah, Dennis is running on the sideline now, warming up, so really good to see that. She's going to be okay.
That's huge. That was a scary injury that you see a lot of athletes being non-contact. Your first thing goes to ACL or Achilles. So to see her be able to run under her own power is big.
Yeah, I'd much rather see a contact injury in almost all situations than non-contact. First throw-in is sent right back out of play for another throw-in for Montevallo, and now Aggie's trying to keep this from being a corner kick, and after bouncing off Gaspar and then number 11, that's Waddell, it eventually ended up with Tinsley. Zabdi. Ball goes all the way through, but there's just no one anticipating that happens. And that's the problem for Montevallo right now. There's been multiple through balls that Tinsley's had to come claim at the top of her box, but so very rarely is a Montevallo forward thinking that it could possibly fall to them. Huerta's on the left now, trying to work a 1-2. Then it's played over the top. Gaspar trying to deal with it. Huerta could get on the end of this. Shot comes in. Not a bad effort, but Tinsley running to her left catches it in stride.
A lot of other goalies that might end up hitting the back of the net. Kayla Tinsley. She's good at defending that goal.
Makes it look easy, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Pruitt Good job getting it to Cooper on the right. And somehow that ball stayed in play. Huerta now has it on the left for the Bulldogs. Plays it infield. Sosa. That ball's going to fall for Huerta, not unless Gigi Childress can sweep it away. And Childress hounding any Bulldog in sight. Eventually crossed into Malone. Lucas. And the skill there from Zabdi, impressive. Somehow this ball has not been cleared, and eventually it goes out for a Montevallo corner. I don't really know how Zabdi Perez managed to constantly get her foot on that ball. At least 5 or 6 different Aggie challenges were unsuccessful, and eventually she wins a corner. Minute and a half left. The Bulldogs really need this one if they're going to stay in this game, and they get it. And I don't think that ball was touched off the corner. There was just so many bodies in front of Kayla Tinsley that she couldn't come and get it. It bounced once in front of goal and then hits the side netting on the far side. And just like that, Montevallo's back in this thing.
That's a rare lapse in judgment from Kayla Tinsley. She dove to the left side of the goal, leaving the right side open. And like you said, Michael, the ball was not touched. Now a big minute 32 to make sure you go into half, still up 1, maybe up 2 if you find the back of the net.
And you can hear the energy coming from the visiting support from Montevallo. Back in this thing, still a minute and a half to go, and the Aggies got to play defense once again down this right flank. Gaspar will send it out for a Montevallo throw. Waddell will take quickly. Cross comes in, bouncing around, and just barely caught and grabbed by Tinsley after she originally let it go through her hands. And my goodness, your blood pressure just spiked in this last minute if you're Coach Fleeman and the Sylacauga Lady Aggies. Malone says anywhere will do. Goes forward. Cooper can get on this, and there's still 30 seconds left for either team to make something happen. Cooper somehow keeps the ball in play down the right. Dribbling inside, trying to cross, and it bounces very friendly for Montevallo, who now with just 10 seconds left. The Aggies probably won't be able to get anything going towards goal. And the buzzer will now sound with the Aggies still trying to fight for it on that flank. We'll head to halftime. Goals from Mia Dennis and Alyssa Pruitt had the Aggies in firm control until a minute and a half left in the first half, when a goal from a corner direct allowed Montevallo right back in this game. The score 2-1. Sylacauga leads at the half. The next 40 minutes determine who will advance to the round of 16 in these AHSAA Class 5A state soccer playoffs. We'll be back with the halftime show here in just a minute on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network. This is Sylacauga postseason soccer, brought to you by Star Physical Therapy.
Valley. Ben Robbins is an accomplished attorney specializing in real estate, estates, and business law. Voted Coosa Valley's best attorney, Ben is not only a legal expert, but also a dedicated community champion. He actively supports our farmers, stands strong with our veterans, and engages in local initiatives like the Rotary Club and Habitat for Humanity. For Ben, it's all about nurturing the community spirit, supporting our schools, and cheering on local high school sports. When you're in need of real estate or business legal help, call attorney Ben Robbins at 256-346-6493.
At Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union, you're more than a customer, you're a member owner. We provide personalized service, local lending decisions, and competitive rates to help you buy a home, finance a vehicle, or reach your financial goals. We're proud to serve Central Alabama and invest in the communities we call home. Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union, where you belong. Visit us today at CoosaPinesFCU.org or stop by one of our branches located in Chelsea, Childersburg, Pell City, Vincent, and Sylacauga. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Protect what matters most with State Farm agent Albia Steers in Sylacauga. From auto and home to life insurance, Albia Steers and his dedicated team offer personalized service to ensure you have comprehensive coverage tailored to your needs. As a local agent, Albia Steers understands the unique challenges you face and is committed to guiding you through every step, from quotes to claims. Trust in a neighbor who truly cares. Like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Albia Steers is there. Call or click for a quote today.
Turn up your taste buds at La Costa Mexican Restaurant in downtown Sylacauga. The grill's hot and the flavors are bold. From sizzling fajitas and street-style tacos to creamy queso and fresh-made salsa. Bring the family, grab friends, or make it your lunch break. Portions are generous, prices friendly, and the service always welcoming. Step into a colorful, lively atmosphere and leave full and happy. La Costa Mexican Restaurant, downtown Sylacauga's spot for real flavor. Stop in and taste the fiesta.
At Sycamore Federal Credit Union, your dreams matter. Whether it's buying a new car, purchasing land, or starting a business, Sycamore offers a variety of loan options to help you get there. With competitive rates, personalized service, and the convenience of mobile banking, Sycamore is committed to supporting your financial journey. Visit them at 18070 Alabama Highway 21 in Talladega or apply online at sycamorefcu.com. Sycamore Federal Credit Union. Let us cover your financial needs.
Don't let a stubborn wound keep you from living life to the fullest. At Coosa Valley Wound Care Center in Sylacauga, their skilled team specializes in treating chronic and hard-to-heal wounds. They use advanced therapies, including their new hyperbaric oxygen therapy chamber, which delivers pure oxygen to help your body heal faster. No referral is needed. Just call 256-872-7777 to schedule your appointment today. Coosa Valley Wound Care Center. Advanced healing close to home.
Cold and flu season is here, but Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga has you covered. From cough and cold medicine to fever relief, vitamins, and immune support, they have everything you need to feel better fast. Skip the lines and use their quick and convenient drive-through window to get in and out with ease. Friendly service, trusted care, and hometown convenience all in one place. Transfer your prescription to Marble City Pharmacy today. Marble City Pharmacy, here for life.
This is the Star Physical Therapy Halftime Show on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network.
Back on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network, Sylacauga. Postseason soccer brought to you by Star Physical Therapy. This is the halftime show. Michael Giddens and Alex Bauman. As we sit here, the score, Sylacauga 2. Montevallo 1, the Aggies leading for almost the entirety of the first half. Mia Dennis with a goal less than 2 minutes into the game. The Aggies then doubled that tally with about 10 minutes left from Alyssa Pruitt. But they couldn't see the clean sheet out through the first half as a corner from number 12, Mallory Diaz, goes directly in, beating Kayla Tinsley at her far post. And Alex, what were your impressions of the first half? We talked about how crucial Natalie Perez is to this Aggie team, but who were your standouts for both the Aggies and for Montevallo?
I would say Bailey Malone and Gigi Childers have been integral for Sylacauga, swept away a lot of the balls coming on the defensive end for them. Then for Montevallo, you said Perez a lot, and she's had the ball a lot of the possessions for Montevallo. You have to make sure she doesn't have her fingerprints on this game any more than she already has. And for Kayla Tinsley, the goal happened. He misread it. One of the only times we've ever seen Kayla Tinsley misread anything in the 2 years of us covering Sylacauga soccer, Michael. Have to shake that off and continue to do what you've done your entire soccer career and continue to be the steel curtain for the Aggies.
Yeah, rare mistake for Tinsley. sure that she'll bounce back from that. For Montevallo, of course, Zabdi Perez has been big in that midfield, but I've also been impressed with the wing play for the attackers of the Lady Bulldogs. Number 11, Bella Waddell, and the freshman, number 19, Allison Huerta, have had some dangerous moments. The linchpin of that defense, Bailey Malone in midfield, and Gigi Childress at center back. They can't always deal with the wide situation, so it's going to be important going forward for the fullbacks for the Aggies, Serenity Smith, Gardner, Lucas, Matchin, whoever's in the game for the Aggies in those spots. They're going to have to stay tightly marked to the likes of Waddell and Huerta, because they're the ones that I feel like could spring a moment in the attack. Haven't seen a lot from the true striker, the number 9 for Montevallo, but between Zabdi Perez and those wingers, I feel like that's where another goal could come from. So the Aggie defense has to be aware of those wide attackers connecting with Perez. But I feel like Sylacauga just continues to play their game. There's another goal or two in this game. I mean, it's hard to believe that Natalie Perez was held scoreless for a half.
Yeah, they've done a good job on Natalie Perez. Montevallo has. But on the offensive end, the key for Sylacauga, where they had their most success and they might not have scored goals on those attempts, has been using the quickness of people like Cooper and Kissick and Dennis down the wings and using that quickness to get into the box. Have to continue to do that in the second half to build up this lead.
And it's good to see Dennis. She went down with a non-contact injury in that first half, but we saw her on the sideline warming up, trying to stretch it out, and was doing some practice sprints. So hopefully we see her again in the second half, because she's such an important piece of this team. A senior, got the first goal, and she really helps put a steady attack together. Sometimes the Aggies are kind of back and forth with the ball, but you can trust that when you get the ball to her, she's going to keep her composure in possession, find a teammate in the attack, and you want to see her back on the field if you're an Aggie, not just in this game, but throughout the entire playoffs. She's so important to this team. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, it's the second half here from the Aggie soccer field between the Sylacauga Lady Aggies and the Montevallo Lady Bulldogs here in the Class 5A playoffs. This is Sylacauga Postseason Soccer, brought to you by Star Physical Therapy on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network.
Now is the perfect time to start your future at Central Alabama Community College. CAC's next mini-term begins March 9th, giving you a fast, flexible way to earn college credit or start a new career path. With campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Talladega, and Prattville, CAC offers affordable classes designed to fit your schedule. Don't wait for fall. Get started this spring. Apply online today at cacc.edu. Central Alabama Community College. Central to you, central to your success.
When it comes to bones, joints, and sports injuries, trust the expert care of Dr. Anthony Tropiano at Coosa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Dr. Tropiano is known for providing outstanding results with a personal touch, helping patients get back to work, back to sports, and back to life. From advanced surgical care to everyday orthopedic treatment, you're in good hands. Coosa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Turn to the experts you can trust at Sleeping Giant Heating and Cooling. Voted the best HVAC company in the Coosa Valley 5 years in a row. Sleeping Giant Heating and Cooling, the official HVAC company of the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network.
Get Sleeping Giant up here for us in the broadcast booth. Yeah, the sun is bearing down on us as we start the second half of Sylacauga Soccer, postseason soccer, brought to you by Star Physical Therapy on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network. And Mia Dennis walking back on the field. She will start this second half of the Aggies. That's good to see. She's flexing her knee, making sure it's okay, but it looks like it's back to – I thought it was back to the starting lineup, but now I see Alyssa Pruitt as a center back, so we got a little bit of a change here for the Aggies as they begin. Malone sends it towards Dennis. It will bounce for her, trying to cut back to her right. And the last defender that could does well enough to win Well, she can't even win a throw-in. It's going to be an Aggie throw. So great faith in the knee of Dennis. They go straight towards her and make her run.
Yeah, that's what you want to do, though, when an athlete's coming in maybe not trusting themselves. Give them some confidence early on.
That ball causes Pruitt to get dragged all the way out of her cornerback spot. Childress now has to deal with it, and she finds Perez. Perez over to Cooper. And they win it back. Montevallo, Zabdi Perez going down the right flank, and Pruitt just has to play it safe. Pruitt is quite a Swiss Army knife, isn't she? You never know exactly where Coach Fleeman's going to deploy her. She might be on the wing. She might be in the midfield. And right now she's deputizing as a center back for these Lady Aggies. Ball's going to go out of play on the throw and a goal kick for the Aggies.
That's what you want, though, is players exactly like that, because you can, if somebody goes down or if you need someone to fill in, you have players like Pruitt that can fill in at any spot and still give you great soccer.
Absolutely. But then you got specialists like Gigi Childress, who, if she ever moved from her center back position, I'd be shocked.
You always want to have at least one or two Swiss Army knives on any kind of athletic team.
Perez has played Cooper in down the left. And Cooper still with it. Turns backwards, puts in a cross. And Carter and Dennis both running into the box, but the keeper out to claim. Huerta against Pruitt. And Pruitt just backed off and allowed Huerta to play the ball straight to her. That was freshman versus senior instincts. Cooper, nimble feet, gets back to the left again, and it's going to be an Aggie throw.
Sylacauga's got so many good young players, Michael. Natalie Perez, being only sophomore, gets a lot of the spotlight, deservedly so. But you have girls like Mackenzie Cooper that are in 7th grade that are going to make this Aggie team really good for years to come.
Yeah, it feels like it's been that way for a while. Not a rebuild, but a reload. Childress over the top. Carter just a little bit late. But Torres comes out, and Torres absolutely destroys the ball forward. Doesn't fall kindly for the Bulldogs. It's with Dennis. Dennis to Carter. Carter just can't keep it in play. And I thought it was off of the Aggies last, but it's a throw-in for the Aggies, so that's nice. Malone, we're going with the long ones. Malone takes it. Bounces to Perez. To Malone. Malone has found Cooper. Cooper. And it took 4 Lady Bulldogs to take the ball off of Cooper. Back with Forbes. Forbes takes the shot. Bounced once. Bounced once and then falls. And now the goal kick comes out. Gaspar heads it. And Waddell's got it. Shouts of Bella every time she touches the ball. Pruitt finds Perez. Perez back to Malone. Malone to Dennis. Dennis didn't have an option. Ball's played forward. Malone. Ball falls for Carter. Forbes will take it off of her. It's just hard for either team to find any possession. The last minute and a half has just been bounced back and forth, and you can see the frustration there from a couple of the Lady Bulldogs. They finally had gotten some semblance of the ball, and then they immediately just hit it forward to Kayla Tinsley. They've got it back again, though. And Yasmin Chavez going a long way here. Somehow still with it, but then can't link up with their teammate. Here's Yabdi Perez. Pruitt.
I know it's early in this half, Michael, but I think Coach Fleeman's change to put Pruitt on that back line defensively has been huge thus far. She's had a lot of good stops right there, prime example.
Yeah, it's an interesting change because it's really the starting back line, but Gardner out, Gaspar to her position, and then Pruitt there. So a slight change, but not a huge overhaul as this ball, another close one, but Tinsley out to get it. We haven't called her name much this game, but number 10, Jana Carrillo, she started as the striker up top alone. She's shifted to this left wing, trying to get her on the ball more. Cross comes in off of the Aggies, and it'll be a corner for Montevallo. And the last one resulted in a goal for the Bulldogs. Aggies have to stand firm. However, this will be an out-swinging corner, so it'd be near impossible to score directly from an out-swinging corner.
And Kayla Tinsley looking directly into the sun. You wonder if that's going to hinder her a little bit.
And I believe the ball was judged to have gone out of play off that corner, and that's exactly why it's so tough on an out-swinging corner. You cannot try to play the ball really near the 6-yard box because it's so easy to accidentally hit it out of play right at the start. So free kick for the Aggies. Childress. So precise, finds Forbes, however the touch lets her down. All over the top here, Tinsley just gets to it in time. As the freshman for Montevallo, as the striker up top, is causing some issues in behind. Almost got to that one. Allison Huerta. Cooper should have this one. Gaspar. Forbes to Cooper. No Aggies in the middle to get to it. Nice 1-2 from Malone and Perez. Perez to Cooper. And there's Pruitt. Wins the ball off Huerta. Huerta will track it back down, though. And Carter closing down ferociously and results in a Bulldog throw. Great job from Malone. Steps in front and then just sends it out for another throw. The Aggies do feel like they're in defense mode right now to a certain extent, especially when you look at how the personnel is. Pruitt falling back in the back line. Perez falling back into more of a holding midfielder position.
That's what you want to do. You want to keep the ball in the middle third of the field to prevent much of anything from Montevallo. You'd love to score another goal to give you some breathing room, but you're completely content not letting Montevallo get in any scoring position.
Perez will try to play Cooper down the left. Should be an Aggie throw. It is. And a chance for a little bit of relief. A few subs coming in for the Aggies. You got Kissick back in, as well as Rollins. Carter and Cooper will take a break. Malone with the throw. Perez may take the shot, and she gets it in. Perez hits one in that the keeper didn't even move for. She didn't believe it had any shot of going in, and Natalie Perez cannot be denied. The Aggies back with a 2-goal advantage, up 3-1.
That's a goal where you're in the stands wondering what in the world is she doing, not realizing who Natalie Perez is, and that's just a layup for Natalie.
Yeah, that was quite a mistake by the defenders to not close down in order to take that shot attempt away. But, I mean, I don't know. It's hard. We don't have it from our angle. You know, we need a left-footed player trying to cut inside to hit a shot where we can see the swerve of the ball and their trajectory. But that must have been a wicked curve for that keeper to not even consider an attempt at a save and it still to nestle in the back net.
I'm going to be honest. If I was the goalkeeper not knowing who Natalie Perez was, I probably wouldn't have reacted to that either. That was a crazy shot.
3-1 as the Bulldogs try to push forward. Back down 2 goals, but Tinsley comes to the top of her area to grab, and some breathing room for the Aggies. Malone.
Definitely that's key. It gives Kayla Tinsley a little bit more breathing room to be aggressive going after.
Smith with the throw in, trying to get it to Forbes. Up to Gaspar on the left. Gaspar to Kissick. Rare opportunity for the Bulldogs to pick their head up and look for a pass in the Aggie final third, but it doesn't result in anything. Good play from Perez. Here's a layoff that Forbes can't get on the end of. Oh, but ball goes straight to Dennis. Dennis just plays it high. He'll get to bounce at least once. Malone comes in to win it. Here's Dennis down the right. And the touch. It came hard off of her left shin and out of play for a goal kick. A couple subs for the Lady Bulldogs as they'll have to switch to a more attacking mindset here, once again chasing the game. I'm sure they felt pretty good about that into the first half and how the second half started, but
then Natalie Perez happened.
But then Natalie Perez is inevitable. And a corner for Sylacauga. No, excuse me, a throw. Deep throw in for the Aggies. Malone will take. It bounces all the way to the keeper who was able to grab it. Kissick was trying to get on the end of it. Straight to Perez. What a control. Over to Kissick on the left. Malone heads it forward. Rollins can get on this. Rollins, Forbes. Forbes just putting her body on the line, trying to win that ball back. It'll turn into a Bulldog throw deep near the corner flag. And the Bulldogs will just try to work it down the sideline. Another throw in for Montevallo. Yeah, it's going to be an illegal throw. So Sylacauga with the ball. Malone can try to send it into the box again. Sub for the Aggies. Forbes coming off and Ware into the game for the first time. Malone. And Childress came all the way over to the right to slam it towards the goal, and it's out for another throw. Malone. Oh, tries to find Ware. It ends up with Rollins. Bulldogs can't deal with it comfortably. And Kissick just comes through the back of the only player in the game for the Bulldogs that is foulable. It's Zabdi Perez. Natalie Perez for Sylacauga finds Dennis. Dennis to Malone. Dennis can work it down the right. Sliding tackle comes in, and it'll be a Lady Aggie throw. Sylacauga more than content with this. I mean, you can let all the time on the scoreboard melt away playing this style of game. Montevallo is going to have to take some chances if they want their season to continue. Ball's going to come in, bounce on a throw. And that was really dangerous. Aggies couldn't capitalize. Gaspar up to Perez. Kissick keeps it in play. Montevallo is right now just playing the game in their own defensive third and can't find a way out of it. It's great pressure from the Aggies. Really more impressive what they're doing off the ball than what they're doing on the ball. So well positioned that Montevallo can't work their way out of it.
This is what we're accustomed to as Sylacauga in the games we've covered, Michael, where it feels like 80 to 90% of the game is played on their offensive side of the field.
Ball from Malone takes a wicked backspin and almost played Childress out of possession. Instead, Aggies do get it back, but now Bulldogs can break. Childress makes a big challenge to win the ball. It was her and Sosa coming together. Sosa coming up a little gimpy after that challenge from Childress. Perez plays it back to Childress. Carrillo working really hard and eventually wins a throw. She had to battle Childress and Smith for the Aggies. Chloe Howard coming into the game for Montevallo. Through and taken by Howard as she comes right into the game. And Rollins wins the ball immediately. Malone just sends it forward.
Ava Rollins knew exactly what to do with that when she got it. Give it to Bailey Malone. That's one of the strongest foot on the team to get it down the field.
And she couldn't have, I mean, where she kicked it all the way down the field, but it died before it went out of play. It forced one of the defenders from Montevallo to have no play but to send it out for a deep throw. You can't send the ball forward in that situation any better if you're Bailey Malone. Deep but not out of play. Right in the corner. Perez. Oh, it's ruled off of Sylacauga last. Definitely thought that Perez had won that throw, and Perez is favoring her face. She may have gotten poked in the eye or something.
Maybe hit the nose. Can't really see from our location here in the press box.
We got 3 subs waiting to come on for Sylacauga, and she may be one of them. And, yeah, the officials come together and decide that it is a Sylacauga throw. Kizik did her best to keep that in play as the throw went all the way down to the byline. Said it goes out for a goal kick. Subs on for the Aggies. You got Forbes, Carter, and Gardner back into the game. Gardner sliding in at right back. Rollins is out, as well as Ware. Dangerous ball here. Carrillo's gotten on the end of it. Tries to cut inside. It comes off of Childress, and then the shot just didn't have any power. Was close to Kayla Tinsley's near post on her right side. She goes down to one knee and safely handles it, but that was a serious threat. Pruitt, who's been so good in the back, accidentally played Carrillo in off her head. Really the first threat Montevallo's posed since the Aggies went up 3-1. Eighteen and a half minutes left. Sylacauga with a 2-goal advantage. And it's Dennis eventually getting rid of it. Forbes with a great touch. Tries to play Carter with a long ball. And that one is going to be tracked down. Played all the way back to the keeper. Not the best clearance. Dennis to it. Dennis by one. Dennis tries to cross in. And eventually just too many Bulldogs there. Childress. Dennis, nice touch around one, but too far out to get on the end of it for a goal kick.
Still content with this if you're Sylacauga. Not letting Montevallo get any kind of momentum getting close to the goal. You live with it all day long.
I mean, at this point in the season, it's just survive and advance, right?
Yep.
The Aggies are in not just a survive position, but a thriving position right now, up 3-1. 17 minutes left, and Perez comes on, taken out, no call as Montevallo defender judged to have gotten to the ball first. Perez has stayed down and limping a little bit, back to her feet, but she's definitely not 100% after that challenge. And clock stopped now with under 17 minutes to go, and second Aggie that has had to have an injury stoppage in this game. We saw Dennis go down, non-contact, and come back in the game. And I don't know at this point whether you try to get Perez out. She is definitely favoring that right leg. Waddell. Gaspar to Rollins. Rollins back to Perez. And that's going to be a handball called against I don't know. Quite frankly, folks, I don't know what was just called. I thought it was a handball against Montevallo, and said they judged Carter to have fouled in some fashion that I didn't see off the ball. So it's a free kick for Montevallo that is quickly dispossessed. Sylacauga back with it. And Dennis plays it to Perez. Perez trying to feed it to Carter. Now that was a foul by Carter. No call. So we'll call it even. Carrillo dribbles around Malone. Don't see that too often. Malone comes back and is going to be judged to have fouled Carrillo in the buildup. And now Malone is living on the edge. That's the second one that could have been a yellow. She hasn't gotten one for either. And I mean, she's someone you want in the game as much as humanly possible. So her not to receive a yellow and get to stay in there is a plus for us. But Montevallo wanting a foul, wanting a card. Carrillo with a Ronaldo stance, looking to take this shot on from about 30 yards out directly in front of goal. Carrillo bounces once, and Tinsley, no problem. Another save for 0-0. Going to be out of play. Last touch by Montevallo on the far side. Throw in for the Aggies, and both teams will sub here. And it's Cooper coming in for Perez, and I think, she's still trying to run off that injury, but got to give her a little bit of a break. Cooper's going to win this. Running down the left side. Tries to cut back inside. Finds Rollins. Malone. Ball's going to go all the way out for a Montevallo goal kick. And getting close to desperation time for the Lady Bulldogs. They will have to start sending numbers forward and taking some risks. A little over 13 minutes to go, down 3-1. The Aggies in firm control. This ball comes straight out to Carter on the restart. Carter touches it by one, touches it by a second, and just a little bit too far. Torres comes out in the nick of time.
That's the third time in the past handful of minutes where the goalkeeper has been desperately close to allowing up a goal off a goal kick.
And this is a really good pass to Carrillo over the top. A chance for Montevallo. Carrillo tries to cut inside, gets by one, but Pruitt relentless defensively and eventually closes down for a block. Still with the Bulldogs, out wide. Waddell tries to cross in, blocked by Rollins. Rollins only gets as far as Sosa, and the Aggies are going to let it run through on Sosa's cross, and Tinsley comes out and claims. That was great effort from Pruitt, never gave up defensively, and eventually blocked the shot. I don't know how Cooper got on the end of that. She's still staying with it. Montevallo trying desperately to keep this ball. Sosa. And they just misplay it for Waddell on the right. Looks like Kissick back in the game for Rollins. And Kissick tries to play in Carter. Ball bounces out for Carrillo. Carrillo past Dennis, past Childress, but Gardner there to help, and then she's released Kissick down the left. Kissick cuts inside trying to pass it to Carter. Malone tries to play a ball out for Dennis. Waddell by Malone. Pruitt not beaten by the through ball from number 11 to number 4. That was Waddell to Perez. Pruitt denied. Kissick, so good. Steps in front, can run with it. Looking for a pass. Cooper, well played to Carter. Clear, but only as far as Kissick. Carrillo gets by Forbes. Carrillo dribbles outside. Cuts back inside. That's almost a really good pass for Zabdi Perez, but just didn't time it right, and out came Tinsley. Howard with the ball in midfield now for Montevallo. Waddell sends it down the right, but it's going to be too far for her to get on the end of. I believe she's still chasing it, but it will go out for a goal kick. Things don't change for the Lady Bulldogs. Their season will come to a close in the next 9 minutes, but they showed a fight in the first half, not giving up, scoring in the last 90 seconds. Aggies have to stay relentless defensively to make sure they see out this victory. Perez back in the game for the Aggies. Perez forward, looking for Cooper. Here's Kissick. Ooh, that ball coming in hard off a gas bar. You could hear the sound of the ball hitting her chest. She's okay, though. Cooper should get on the end of this with Dennis. Lays it off for Dennis. Dennis touches around one. Dennis, it's a 2-on-2. Dennis goes right. Dennis in a foot race. Played wide, still with it. And it'll be a throw. These Aggies have played the vast majority of this game. Seeing some tired legs out there, but they're going to fight to the finish. I believe Malone getting a rare rest here. Carter into the game. And it'll be claimed by Torres. There's a goal kick. Carter's going to head it backwards. Gardner needs to get on the end of this. Huerta. Childress does so well to win that ball back and finds Dennis down the right. Here's Dennis. Dennis almost slips in Cooper. Kept in play by Zabdi. Low cross is going to go out of play for a goal kick, and that just about sums it up for Montevallo here. They've worked so hard defensively just to stay in the game. They get a rare opportunity with space offensively, and those tired legs show up.
And in the second half, every time it has appeared that Montevallo has had an opportunity, it's been Gigi Childress and Alyssa Pruitt back there to clean it up.
Lexi Lucas into the game. Rollins lays it off for Cooper. Cooper and Dennis almost get on that one. Here's Carter. Carter plays a 1-2 with herself. Down the left. Back for Perez. Tries to go back to Carter, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. 5 minutes to go. The Aggies in pole position. That's a NASCAR reference. Jack Link's 500 this weekend for those of you listening.
And the only reason you care is because it's named after Jack Link's.
That's right.
Some sort of food.
Need a McDonald's Big Arch 500. I could probably eat 500 of them.
There's no doubt in my mind you probably could.
And ball's going to go out for a Lady Bulldog throw. Excuse me, a Sylacauga throw. Malone didn't even see her come back in. She got a 30-second rest. That's all she needed. Working with the ball down the left. Cross comes in. Clear it away, and then there'll be another Aggie throw, as you can see. Well, you can't see. Alex and I can see the boys' team coming across the bridge over there from the field house as they'll get ready to play Northside here in our game 2. That ball from Bailey Malone almost crept in under the crossbar, but a firm hand from Torres, the goalkeeper, keeps it out. Bailey Malone will shoot from anywhere. Gigi Childress steps in front, wins the ball back. Carter almost gets it on the sprint. And this is a good ball for Huerta down the left. What will she do? She'll try to cut inside, but it's Lexi Lucas stepping in front. They can only recycle possession back to Carrillo. Carrillo squared up by Malone. She cuts inside, and Bailey Malone foul. That's her third foul, and it's going to be a card for Bailey Malone. It's yellow. The Aggies really thankful that it only happened this late. That one might have been the one that she actually got some ball on, but her follow-through did take out Carrillo. Probably the lesser of her 3 infringements in this game, but it does result in a yellow card, and her presence defensively will hurt. That free kick comes in. 3 different Lady Bulldogs trying to run on the end of it, but Tinsley comes out to get it. Carter. Dennis. And it's going out for an Aggie throw. And right now it's just about shoring the game up, because with no Malone, you lose something defensively for sure, but big-time collision.
And you don't mind that if you're Sylacauga. It stops the ball movement, but the clock still continues to run.
Yeah, let's get back in position. That was Lucas taking out Salazar. Free kick. Forward. Carter tries to get in front. Huerta able to get it. Trying to cut inside against Natalie Perez. And there's just too many black shirts around Huerta for her to really do anything. Lucas eventually gets it and clears it. Carrillo. Carrillo can't find a pass. Out for Carter. Carter lays it off for Dennis. And you can see the tiredness from both sets of players. They've given it their all in this one.
That's all you can ask for either side, is leave everything on the field, because it could be your last game of the season and maybe even your career.
Lots of soreness is going to come as a result of this game, and the Aggies are 90 minutes away from, or 90 seconds away from making it all worth it. Forbes trying to run on the end of this one, keep it in play, just can't get there in time. with 2 goals necessary. You can kind of see the dejection in the body language from Montevallo. Even if they were to get a goal here, there's really not anything they can do at this point to tie this thing up. Carter out for Forbes. Forbes goes wide left. Throw in for the Aggies. And this one is pretty much done and dusted for Sylacauga. Under 30 remains. Montevallo can't even get it out of their own defensive third. You can hear a few fans already clapping. Cooper, maybe with this one, a chance at it. Bounces off of her and goes to the keeper. And Torres will probably see the game end with the ball in her hands. And it's a similar result from last year. Once again in the first round of the playoffs, Sylacauga wins at home over Montevallo to advance to the round of 16. The Aggies, 2 goals in the first half, 1 answer back from Montevallo, 90 seconds from the interval. But a Natalie Perez goal, like we come to expect, sealed the deal for the Aggies. And they walk away victorious, 3-1 over Montevallo. We'll take a break. When we come back, it'll be the post-game show, and I guess as well a pseudo pregame show for the boys here on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network. This is Sylacauga Postseason Soccer, brought to you by Star Physical Therapy.
And sports injuries. Trust the expert care of Dr. Anthony Tropiano at Coosa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Dr. Tropiano is known for providing outstanding results with a personal touch, helping patients get back to work, back to sports, and back to life. From advanced surgical care to everyday orthopedic treatment, you're in good hands. Coosa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Celebrate Sylacauga pride with the S Club. We're a community of former athletes and supporters dedicated to preserving tradition, funding scholarships, and building a strong future for Sylacauga High School athletics. From reunions to fundraising, the S Club connects generations of Aggies while giving back to today's student athletes. Be a part of the legacy. Join the Sylacauga S Club and help keep Aggie pride alive. Visit AggieSClubAlumni.com today to sign up and make a difference.
Searching for insurance that fits seamlessly into your life? Look no further than State Farm agent Albia Steers in Sylacauga. Whether it's safeguarding your car, home, or family's future, Albia and his team are here to provide customized coverage options that suit your lifestyle. With a focus on exceptional customer service and local expertise, Albia Steers ensures you're fully protected when it matters most. Experience the peace of mind that comes with a trusted local agent. Like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Albia Steers is there. Call or click for a quote today.
This is the Star Physical Therapy post-game show on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network.
Star Physical Therapy post-game show. Star Physical Therapy bringing you Sylacauga postseason soccer here on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network. Michael Giddens alongside Alex Bauman here for the post-game of Game 1. Sylacauga Lady Aggies victorious over the Montevallo Lady Bulldogs by a score of 3-1. And Alex, it was getting kind of tense there into the first half. Started the second half, Montevallo working their way into the game. But Natalie Perez, as we've come to expect, gets that clinching goal on just a fantastic shot from outside the box. And the Aggies move on just like they did last year against Montevallo. Who are your Star Physical Therapy players of the game in this one for Sylacauga?
Offensively, I'd have to give it to Natalie Perez, getting that goal that gave Sylacauga the breathing room throughout the rest of the contest where they had to really worry as much with Montevallo. Defensively, I'd have to give it to Gigi Childress. It felt like every time Montevallo made a push in that second half, either her or Alyssa Pruitt were back there to clean it up. And I give hats off to Coach Fleeman for making that adjustment to move Alyssa Pruitt back there to give another steady foot to help clean up the mess that might happen on the defensive side.
See a couple injuries for the Aggies. Mia Dennis, non-contact in the first half. Natalie Perez on a challenge in the second half. Those are key pieces for the Aggies, and we hope they're able to be back to 100% when the Aggies resume their season, presumably on the road next week against either the likes of Elmore County or Demopolis. And I believe no matter the outcome of that game, the Aggies will be on the road at either one. So we'll have to wait and find out when that time is for that game, what date that is. I believe it will be either next Tuesday or Wednesday, if I'm correct, on how the sports book has it laid out. Next Tuesday or Wednesday, Sylacauga Lady Aggies soccer team will be in action again. But now we get prepared for our second contest of the night between the Sylacauga Aggies, the boys squad, and Northside. We'll be back with our pregame here on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network, but that'll wrap it up for Game 1. The Lady Aggies win 3-1. Goals from Mia Dennis, Alyssa Pruitt, and Natalie Perez. Cancel out a Mallory Diaz Olympico. But besides that, all in all, a fantastic showing from the Aggies. We'll be right back here on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network.
Up, get paid at Coosa Valley Recycling. Serving the Birmingham area and Highway 280 corridor in Sylacauga, Coosa Valley Recycling is your top choice for scrap metal recycling. Whether it's old appliances, car parts, or any other metal items, Coosa Valley Recycling offers great rates and fast, easy service. Recycling with Coosa Valley Recycling not only puts your money back in your pocket, but it also protects the environment. Don't let your scrap metal go to waste. Bring it to Coosa Valley Recycling today. Call 256-245-4300.
Busy day? Allen Brew Markets has you covered. Swing by for fresh coffee, a quick bite, or that afternoon pick-me-up snack. And while you're here, fuel up your car and your day. Fast, easy, convenient. Service, selection, and a smile are waiting at Allen Brew Markets. Because when it comes to keeping you going, we're all in with Allen.
You're all in with Allen, oh yeah. Allen Brew Markets.
Spring is a season of fresh starts and new opportunities. Hi, I'm Chad Jones, President and CEO of First Bank of Alabama. Whether you're planting roots in your very first home, moving into your forever home, starting a business, or planning for the future, we're here to help you grow. Just like spring, every stage of life brings new beginnings, and we'll be by your side through all of them. First Bank of Alabama, where you are first. Visit us online at fbal.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Gear up for a flavor victory at Wharf Casual Seafood. Whether you're craving seafood classics like shrimp or crab claws, or wanting to tackle a juicy burger or crisp salad, we've got your winning play. Dine in with us or grab a meal to go and find out why every bite is a win at Wharf Casual Seafood. Check out our menu at wharfcasualseafood.com. The coast is here.
What makes something worth the drive? It's more than a price. It's how you're treated the moment you step on the lot. Hi, I'm Chris Kane. At Toyota of Sylacauga, we don't just say it, we show it. Every handshake, every deal, every service appointment, we earn it. That's how you know it's worth the drive, and we'll prove it. Toyota of Sylacauga, worth the drive, and we'll prove it. Online at toyotaofsylacauga.com.
At Sylacauga and Summit Pediatrics, children always come first. From birth through adolescence, their team provides compassionate, comprehensive care for families in Sylacauga, Chelsea, and Valley Bell. They understand how busy life can be, which is why they work hard to make visits convenient and stress-free. Whether it's a routine checkup or a concern that needs quick attention, parents can count on experienced, caring professionals who treat every child like their own. Call today and make Sylacauga and Summit Pediatrics your child's medical home.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jesse Gum, your Edward Jones financial advisor in the Sylacauga area, understands this. That's why Jesse is a proud sponsor of the Aggie Sports Network and Sylacauga High School Athletics through Radio Alabama Sports. For all your investment needs, call 256-245-6166 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Experience the difference at Donahue Physical Therapy. Hi, I'm Ben Donahue. Our skilled team creates customized treatment plans to help reduce pain, restore function, and improve your quality of life. We're known for professional care with a neighborly feel you can trust. Get back to the action faster at Donahue Physical Therapy in downtown Sylacauga.
At AHSAA, innovation and sustainability go hand in hand. As a global leader in calcium carbonate production and specialty chemical distribution, AHSAA helps make everyday products stronger, cleaner, and better for the world around us. From paper and plastics to construction and beyond, their work supports progress that lasts. AHSAA is proud to support growth that respects the earth and strengthens communities. Good luck to all area athletes this season.
If you're tired of wandering around a big box store, get to Van Zant Hardware on Highway 280 in Sylacauga. These folks know their stuff and they know where it is. Need rafters? In stock. Looking for solid 28-foot lumber? They've got it and it's not damaged. For over 50 years, they've been helping home builders, farmers, and everyday folks get the job done right. Van Zant Hardware is a proud supporter of Sylacauga, B.B. Comer, Childersburg, and Fayetteville Athletics.
Sylacauga Aggies play right here. Welcome to the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network and the Star Physical Therapy pregame show, sponsored in part by Alta Point, Coosa Valley Medical Center, Allen Oil Company, Star Physical Therapy, Marble City Pharmacy, Sleeping Giant Heating and Cooling, Wright Tire and Service, Toyota of Sylacauga, Central Alabama Community College, State Farm agent Albia Steers, La Costa Mexican Restaurant, Edward Jones agent Jesse Gum, Alabama District 33 State Representative Ben Robbins, Donahue Physical Therapy, Sylacauga Chamber of Commerce, Coosa Valley Recycling, Another Level Cards, AHSAA, Van Zant Hardware, Sycamore Federal Credit Union, Wharf Casual Seafood, Fair to Midland Gifts and Boutiques, Broadway Spinal Care, First Bank of Alabama, Sarah Nissan of Sylacauga, Sarah Honda of Sylacauga, and Tony Sarah Ford, CAC Adult Learning, Snap Fitness, Alabama Digestive Care Center, Coosa Valley MRI, Bucks Island, and Sylacauga Pediatrics.
Welcome back to the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network. We just saw the Lady Aggies advance to the next round of the AHSAA Class 5A State Soccer Playoffs with a 3-1 victory over Montevallo. And now the boys will try to do the same as they take on the Northside Rams, coming in town all the way from Northport. That is a subdivision of Tuscaloosa. A good trip for this team, and they've got to make their road trip count, but the Aggies are going to try to hold home field advantage here against the Rams, who come in on the season 15-4, and they had a two-game stretch early March. They lost back-to-back games, 2-0 to Indian Springs, 1-0 to Montevallo. I believe those were back-to-back on the road. Since then, their only other loss coming against Indian Springs as well, but they've been pretty good. They've been pretty good since really the beginning of March. Really before that, they lost their season opener 6-1 to Guntersville, and and they ran off a 7-game win streak. They had the back-to-back losses, and then have only lost 1 game since the start of March. Their last game against Brookwood, 2-1 win at Brookwood, at home. But they've got Mercy Rule wins over Paul Bryant, Shelby County, that one coming in the area, Sipsey Valley in the area, Paul Bryant, a 12-2 win. So this team capable of putting up a lot of goals. They've scored 89 goals this season. The Aggies, they've scored a lot of goals as well. They come in 13-3-3 on the year on a 5-game win streak. The last time the Aggies lost, February the 28th, in the Rocket City Showcase against Tanner. Since then, they've won every game except for 2 draws, at home against Crossville and at Benjamin Russell. The Aggies have become accustomed to winning and not allowing goals. Will they do the same tonight, Alex Bauman? Alex, what is your thoughts on this Aggie team, the streak they've been on, and what do they have to do to keep it going?
I think the Talladega County Championship, when they beat Lincoln, when Lincoln going into that contest was thought of so highly, ranked so highly in all the rankings throughout the state, and Sylacauga went into that game, handled their business, and won the county championship. I think that sparked them to go on this run to end the regular season. I hope they can continue to do that throughout these playoffs. It's going to come down to using the steady feet of people like Casey Malone and Jackson Carter, who in the last game had a hat trick, and also relying on another Iron Curtain, Steel Curtain, in Cole Wright in the goal.
Quick reminder, this is on YouTube and Facebook. You can check it out on the Aggie Sports Network, Sylacauga High School Athletics, both Facebook and YouTube, bringing you this game. Of course, we can't show you the field as it is against the rules in the playoffs, AHSAA rules to show you what's going on the field, so you get to look at Alex and I's expressions as we watch the drama unfold. And, of course, this one also on the radio on Mix 106.5, HD2, Stewartville, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Thank you for listening to the Aggie Sports Network. This is Sylacauga Postseason Soccer, brought to you by Star Physical Therapy. We will take a break here. When we come back, it's kickoff between Sylacauga and Northside. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment.
Today, Allen Brew Markets has you covered. Swing by for fresh coffee, a quick bite, or that afternoon pick-me-up snack. And while you're here, fuel up your car and your day. Fast, easy, convenient. Service, selection, and a smile are waiting at Allen Brew Markets. Because when it comes to keeping you going, we're all in with Allen.
You're all in with Allen, oh yeah, Allen Brew Markets.
Ready to refresh your closet? Head to Fair to Midland in downtown Childersburg. From Judy Blue and Can jeans to men's styles and baby clothes, you'll find something for the whole family. They're open Monday through Friday from 10 to 6 and Saturdays from 9 to 2. Can't make it in? No problem. Shop anytime at ftmgifts.com. That's ftmgifts.com. Fair to Midland in downtown Childersburg, your local spot for style.
Experience leadership that truly echoes the heart of Coosa Valley. Ben Robbins is an accomplished attorney specializing in real estate, estates, and business law. Voted Coosa Valley's best attorney, Ben is not only a legal expert, but also a dedicated community champion. He actively supports our farmers, stands strong with our veterans, and engages in local initiatives like the Rotary Club and Habitat for Humanity. For Ben, it's all about nurturing the community spirit, supporting our schools, and cheering on local high school sports. When you're in need of real estate or business legal help, call attorney Ben Robbins at 256-346-6493.
Turn up your taste buds at La Costa Mexican Restaurant in downtown Sylacauga. The grill's hot and the flavors are bold. From sizzling fajitas and street-style tacos to creamy queso and fresh-made salsa. Bring the family, grab friends, or make it your lunch break. Portions are generous, prices friendly, and the service always welcoming. Step into a colorful, lively atmosphere and leave full and happy. La Costa Mexican Restaurant, downtown Sylacauga's spot for real flavor. Stop in and taste the fiesta.
The Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network is fueled by Allen Oil Company. Fuel for your car, fuel for your body. You're all in with Allen.
Aggies aren't messing around here on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network. They're ready to go. They're in the center circle before the time had even run out on the scoreboard, and now just waiting on the referee to blow his whistle and start the contest. It will begin with Jackson Carter and Casey Malone in the center circle, and the little fake allows for Malone to break forward to his left, plays it to Anderson Shaw, back to Malone. Malone dribbling to his left, stays outside, and it's going to go out for a throw. A little bit of trickery there from the Aggies. Throw tries to meet Gaspar. Excuse me, that's Juan Hernandez. Here's Jackson Carter. Cooper, cross comes in. Now Northside can break. Carson Hanna cleared away by Peyton Wheeler. No nonsense from Wheeler, out for a throw as Caleb Jimenez played it down the right wing. And he's going to make his way over for this throw. Cooper. Taking the shot off the crossbar. Minute and a half, and from 35 yards out, Northside said, why not? And
maybe an eye-opener for the Aggie defense and Cole Wright knowing that Northside has some legs.
That thing couldn't have been struck more purely, and it just didn't dip in time. A break for the Aggies. Throw in Malone, working it down the left. He'll earn another one. Malone comes back to win it. Carter to Cooper. Cooper back to Malone, back to Cooper. Cooper can't keep it, and Otero now has it. Otero going to release Jimenez down the right. Jimenez comes inside, now back outside. Hanna. And Wheeler. And you never know exactly where Coach Fairclough is going to deploy Wheeler, whether it's forward or defense. He's gone with left back this game. Malone trying to link up with Shaw. Jarrett Harris. Otero and Hernandez fighting for it. Ends up with Fisher. Fisher can allow this one to just run out of play. There'll be a goal kick. Holdeman going back to take this one. That works very well. Deflects to Carter. Carter's going to win this one, goes down, and is told to get up. No foul. Otero plays it wide. That was Caleb Jimenez. You got number 28, Caleb Jimenez, and number 11, Levi Jimenez. Both out there, and Caleb's been the more active one of the two. He'll take this throw in. Hold him into Harris. Malone. Plays it wide for Shaw. Shaw trying to release Hernandez down the left in a foot race. And Hernandez put a challenge in just a little bit too late. It's a foul against him, committed on number 16, Jaden Vela.
Early on, both teams had a couple good attacks.
Yeah, right now, plays really flowed through Casey Malone for Sylacauga. Playing as a false 9, really dropping back and helping the buildup of possession. Wheeler will not be outran or out physical by number 11, Jimenez. Throw in for Northside. Ball just pinging around right now. Neither team really worried about retaining possession. Foul called on number 17, Owen Johnson. So the Aggies with a free kick. Holdeman looking for Carter. Tries to head it towards Malone's path. That almost worked to perfection. Otero trying another long ball as well. It's a foot race between Holdeman and Hanna. Hanna shrugs off Holdeman in the back, has the ball, lays it off for Jimenez. Jimenez cuts inside to his left. Now plays Otero running onto it inside the box on his left foot, sent it sky high and a goal kick. Otero plays the 1-2. Told him to get up, but it's still with Northside. Malone almost takes that one off. And right now it's kind of just a defensive scramble for the Aggies. Jimenez takes a very errant shot, and it goes out for a goal kick. Alex, so far, first 8.5 minutes, it's feeling more like no tactics and just vibes.
They've really been playing in the middle third of the field. Northside's had a lot more aggressiveness offensively. Sylacauga playing through Casey Malone. They're going to find their footing here eventually.
Long ball that goes all the way to the corner, and it will be a goal kick as Wheeler shepherded it out. Short goal kick taken, goes past Brown to Fisher, Fisher to Cooper, Cooper to Carter. Carter tries to release Malone. If he's onside, it's going to be good. But that's good defense in the end. However, Carter coming way over to win it. Carter looking for an option, cuts back inside, still looking for an option, goes to Hernandez. Hernandez just can't control in the end, although Wheeler's going to have this one. Wheeler is fouled on his follow-through, no call. Malone tries to play it back for Hernandez. Huge sliding tackle from Cooper, comes in, wins the ball, and then he plays it to Malone. Malone out to Carter. Carter on the right wing. Fisher, Cooper, back to Carter. Aggies finally settling the game down, willing to play the ball around. Fisher goes all the way back to Cole Wright. Wright sends it forward, but can't find Cooper, although it bounces through to Carter. Deflection ends up with Jarrett Harris, back to Carter. Carter down the right. Chooses to play it to Hernandez forward. Hernandez in the box. Here's Carter. Carter takes the shot and stretching up and catching right before it probably hit the crossbar was the keeper for Northside, Nate Mullinex. First shot on target for Sylacauga.
Beautiful stretch of soccer for Sylacauga. Ball didn't stop moving, and it felt like they had great control of it.
Now here's Otero and Jimenez working together in a 1-2 to try to counter. Now to Hannah. Hannah tries to play it to Otero on the left, but Cooper does so well, cleans up, wins the possession back, and now puts Shaw in down the left side, right under the press box. He goes for Malone. It's intercepted. Now it's Harris who tried to find Hernandez. Hernandez has worked hard to win it back. Now with Cooper. Cooper going over the top, looking for Casey Malone. Malone. And there's two Lions back to win it, although this ball's back for Malone. Malone tries to play it in. It's Cooper. Good tackle from Otero. Hannah. Hannah can't get a connection on it to work it to Jimenez. He finally does. Jimenez on the right, one-on-one with Holdeman, skips by him. Jimenez crosses it back in to Otero. Otero ran out of options. 4 Aggies defending. Cleared forward, Hernandez. Hernandez to Carter. Carter across the field to Shaw. Shaw over the top. This one's going to be easy for the keeper to run on and get. Mullinex to the top of his 18-yard box. This is a very open, free-flowing game right now. I feel like either team has the capability of scoring. Carter, Hernandez tries to get Malone. Here's Hernandez with another opportunity. Cooper, Hernandez. A crazy spinning move that resulted in the defender for Northside just becoming a battering ram with his backside. Now it's a breakaway attempt. A shot comes in, diving down to his right and making the save is Cole Wright.
Great save from Cole Wright. Jimenez tried to sneak that one in, and Cole Wright heads up play, diving to stop it.
The safe hands too. He pinned it down to the grass. Booming kick towards Malone. Carter heads it twice. Doesn't manage to end up with possession. Malone with a shoulder in wins it. And he's put Carter in down the right. Carter's going to try to keep it in play here. And no call. Carter can't believe he didn't get the foul call. As he gets up with a slight limp, it's going to be a throw in for Northside. Otero tries skill. Cooper rejects it. Ball comes into Hernandez. Just cleared away in time. Cooper working in the middle of the field. Lays it off for Jarrett Harris. Harris tries a ball for Hernandez. It's bouncing around. Hernandez got his feet on it. Malone says handball. No call. No signal from the assistant. It's going to be a throw-in for the Aggies. As Malone was the only one to look over and suggest it. He was right beside the defender.
There's been a couple of questionable handballs that maybe could have been called.
Hey, where's my red line now, huh?
Right here.
Where's my red line?
Malone.
I'm calling the police.
Please do. Please do. Call for a supervisor.
Cooper steps up in front very well. Shaw goes backwards to Wheeler. Wheeler just thumps it forward. Malone may get on the end of this. That was going to be really tough to do so, and it goes out for a throw-in for the Lions. Under 25 minutes remaining in the first half. We played over 15, still scoreless. Northside did hit the crossbar 90 seconds in. That was the closest either team's come. Beautiful turn from Carter and a late whistle, but a whistle indeed against Northside. Gotta love that spinning turn from Carter. Great skill. And the Aggies creative with their free kick opportunities and also tend to have very good service. Holdeman will take it. He kind of lifts it in for Carter. Carter got his head to it, but an Aggie wasn't going on, so in the end it just safely one hops into Mullinex's hands.
Man, it feels like the Aggies are on the cusp of a goal. Everything is just an inch away.
And the idea of Carter using his head is not a bad one. He had a hat trick just from headers last Thursday night against Beauregard. Hannah tries to find Jimenez over the top. It's between Jimenez and Holdeman. Jimenez is going to win out. Jimenez crosses it in for Hannah, but Ethan Brown well positioned. Throw in. Still on the right with Jimenez. Jimenez. Cross comes in. Headed away by Cooper. Fisher keeps it in play for Carter. Carter back to Cooper. Cooper slams it forward. Well past everybody. It's going to roll all the way to the keeper. The restart goes out to Pedro. Pedro finds Jimenez. Chest lets him down a little bit. Comes to Shaw. Now it goes back to Wheeler. Wheeler into the midfield for Cooper. Cooper all the way back to the left to Shaw. Shaw backs up to receive. Then plays it inside to Hernandez. Hernandez controls and turns. Looking for Carter. Just can't get it past the last man. It's Ty Stripling.
Another one where it feels like the Aggies are an inch away from getting that ball through to Carter. It would have been an easy goal for him.
I feel like the Aggies' build-up play in possession has been better than Northside's in this game, but Northside is dangerous on the counter, and they've once again earned themselves something positive here. It's a free kick on the counter. And we saw with that shot earlier, they got some power from distance. We'll see who takes it. Lining up over it with his left foot is Lynn Otero. And I'm surprised to see him line up to want to take this left-footed because he's been hitting the ball with his right foot the majority of the game over there on the left side of the field. But he's going to take a left-footed free kick, comes in, and it was always going high and wide. Not a terrible effort, but it's one he'll want back. Holdeman on the restart goes straight to Jimenez. Otero tries to get it, but it'll end up with Brown. Cooper to Shaw. Shaw tries a ball for Malone, but just a little bit too much. Oh, Jimenez was going to shoot, then tried to dribble around, and he wishes he'd shot. As his touch let him down, that ball high and then tightly grabbed by Cole Wright just outside his 6-yard box. What a kick from Wright. And it bounces off a head and it stays in the air. This one's had a lot of hang time. Eventually it falls, hits the ground. He's got some work to do defensively. Looks like it's going to be a corner. Otero headed away. That was a huge header from a player that just come on the field for the Aggies. That was number 6, Valentin Gaspar. Malone dragged down from behind. And Jaden Vela, hands up, pleading his case. He just
wiped out Malone.
Yeah, absolutely no attempt to win the ball. Probably should have been a yellow card.
Wasn't even playing the ball at all. He was just trying to wipe out Casey Malone.
Holdeman,
ill intent.
Free kick, trying to get it to Valentin Gaspar. Be a throw in here for the Lions as Hannah wanted to take it quickly and he didn't have anybody to throw it to and kind of just looked a little upset with his teammates for not moving as quickly as he did. Jimenez tries a ridiculous overhead kick in that corner to just send it towards the goal, and it goes out for a goal kick. Carter. Fisher looking back for Carter. Carter to Gaspar. Gaspar back for Cooper. Cooper sends it forward. It's a ball for Shaw to run onto, but not diagonal enough. Mullinex can restart. Carter. Yeah, it's going to be a handball against Juan Hernandez. Incidental handball, but a handball nonetheless. Helped him get possession, so free kick for Northside. Not a bad ball there, but it's offside on the free kick from Hannah. And that's really not one you ever want to see as a striker on a restart of play to be immediately called for an offside. not one his coach is going to be happy about. Aggies now with their opportunity. The ball bouncing through, and Shaw's going to get on the end of it. Shaw, if he can find Malone with a cross, but it's just good defense there from number 8, Pedro. And it's going to be an Aggie throw. Shaw going long. Carter's always an option on those. If they can keep it in play, they've got a chance here. It's Jimenez down the right. Jimenez infield. Holdeman was ready. Holdeman still dribbling forward, looking for an option. Goes to Malone. Malone plays a pretty good ball here for Carter. If he's onside, Carter. The defense is just impressive. Ty Stripling.
Both teams getting so close to scoring, and it's just that last little step that they cannot get through.
Gaspar coming all the way back to track Otero. Holdeman sends it to touch. Cross comes in, and it's behind the only guy in the box for Northside. Goes all the way across the field, throw in with Shaw and the Aggies. That ball's going to bounce for Malone. Malone was thinking about a throw and realized he had absolutely nobody in front of him. Lays it, or leaves it for Shaw. Shaw looking for Malone. What a touch from Hannah. Handball against Carter. Northside's captain did well there to win them a free kick. Otero. Good skill, then slips. Slips again, and Gaspar with it. Can Gaspar find Malone? No, Otero gets back to help. Cooper trying to go to Malone. Sub for the Aggies. As looks like Gaspar thought it was him. Yeah, Gaspar going off. Peyton Wheeler back on. Wheeler may be playing more advanced here in his return to the field. That one coming in, almost finds Shaw. Back out to Wheeler. Wheeler, cross comes in, bouncing around. Was on the doorstep of Carter's foot. Wheeler wins it back for Malone. Malone trying to dribble through two. And now it's the Lions forward, right back to Malone. Malone sends it out to Carter. Carter on the right. Thinks about a pass for Wheeler. Turns it down. Goes out for a Northside throw. Malone. Carter for Wheeler. And I guess it went out of play right before Wheeler was able to control it on the far side. I knew a foul couldn't have been called against Wheeler. Hernandez, relentless. Oh, almost feeds it through. Oh, and here's the danger man in space. Jimenez dribbling on the right side. One-on-one with Jarrett Harris. Takes Jarrett Harris outside. Can put in a cross from the right. And it passed everybody. Otero will have to track it down on the other side of the field. Otero now with it on the left. He'll cross it in. And that one was heading towards goal, and Cole Wright was well positioned. May have been a shot in the end.
That was
with how well it was on target. I don't think he was trying to cross. Right.
That was crazy.
Perfect pass to Carter, who also has perfect control. Now Wheeler beats his man. It's a 2-on-2 for the Aggies. Wheeler by the right. And I think it goes out for a corner. It does. So strong from Wheeler to stay up on the challenge and get past his man. With under 10 to go here in the first half, still knotted up, 0-0. I feel like the Aggies are such a dangerous team from corners. This is where you want them. A lot of targets to aim for Cooper. He almost finds Carter. Ball only gets as far as Hernandez. Now to Harris. Harris trying to find Wheeler. Holdeman does so well and plays it forward to Malone, who goes back to Holdeman. Holdeman can't get it to Hernandez. And he's left his spot. Oh, but he comes back well and wins it. Holdeman shrugged off the ball by Jimenez. Brown. Holdeman all over the place. Now he's back in his position. Cooper wide to Shaw on the right. He's out for a throw. Sylacauga throw. Malone on the left. And Jimenez plays it forward, but too hard. Right. Wanting to roll it out. Doesn't have an option, so just kick. And he's got Jackson Carter in acres of space. Nice touch from Carter. He and Shaw get in each other's way, though. Now it's Shaw with it. Shaw to Fisher. Carter. Trying to go back to Shaw. What a ball from Cooper to Malone. Malone looking for Wheeler. Harris, here on the left, goes back to Holdeman. Holdeman tries to find Hernandez but can't, and now once again it's Jimenez with space. He makes a bad decision though, and Harris intercepts. Now goes to Hernandez. Hernandez to Shaw. Shaw. Looks like this ball's going to go out of play. No, Shaw keeps it in play. Shaw just tries to touch it by and can't, and it's going to be a goal kick. The Aggies have just been that one touch, one extra pass away on multiple occasions here.
It's crazy. They just continue to get so close. And like you said, Michael, it's just that last little pass or touch that gets them so close.
Carter. Hernandez. Hernandez back to Carter. He's got options to his left. He'll cut back inside, though. Look for Wheeler. It bounces off for Hernandez. Hernandez still with it. Left side of the penalty box. Needs help, needs somebody to pass to, goes to Malone. Malone crosses in. It's Peyton Wheeler trying to side foot it in, and it was just behind him, and he sent it high over the crossbar for a goal kick.
Gosh, another close one for the Aggies.
That was so well done by Hernandez to stay with it, works it to Malone. Malone puts in a great cross, and now here's Jimenez. He's taking it off of Jarrett Harris, working it down the right. Shot comes in. It had Cole Wright scrambling down to his right, but it's wide, and it's out of his reach, and it's out of the mouth of the goal for a goal kick. Brown, one for Wheeler to chase. Wheeler. Jimenez just allowed to pick up and look. Handball, and it is brought back. Could have played advantage as Anderson Shaw was wide open, and Hernandez found him after the handball committed by Jimenez, but the official stopped play. That's probably one Coach Faircloth will let him know about. Carter can get on the end of this. Carter, Jackson Carter! Left foot on the volley, and it couldn't have been struck more perfectly over the head of Mullinax. It dropped into the bottom right corner, and the Aggies, at the stroke of the end of the first half, lead 1-0.
Picking up right where he left off against Beauregard. He had a hat trick. All headers against the Hornets today. Doesn't need to use his head. Just outstanding touch from that foot.
And was it Cole Wright with the assist? That was end-to-end direct soccer.
Yeah, that's fine. You can give me some just regular lays with it.
Fisher just let it go out of play for a throw. Wheeler coming back, working hard to win it back. The Aggies aren't done yet in this first half. Wheeler steps over the ball and loses possession. Back with Montevallo, or excuse me, Northside. Good job from Holdeman stepping in front. Ethan Brown hits his own teammate, still with the ball, dribbling forward. And he's taken off of it by Jimenez. Hannah. Jimenez. Cooper was back well. Cooper. Malone lays it off. Carter keeps it in play down the left. Aggie goal scorer. And it hit his trailing leg and went out of play for a Northside throw. Brown, Hernandez back to Brown to Malone. This is good stuff. Malone playing one forward for two different Aggies to run onto. And somehow it gets past Brown and Wheeler. Cooper steps up in front of Otero. Jimenez just punts it forward. Northside can't keep it in play. Just over a minute remains in the first half. The Aggies leading 1-0.
And if you're Sylacauga, you want to go into that second half with your lead intact. You don't want to give up anything cheap late in the first half.
Gum trying to throw quickly. It comes back to him. He's going up for Shaw. Cooper steps in front once again on the restart, and the ball falls to him. He's just going to shoot. Not a terrible idea with under 30 seconds left, but it was wide to the right. Goal kick. That should do it. Northside may not even really get restarted here before the buzzer. Hernandez. The Aggies are just more willing to run and meet the ball right now than Northside is. Anywhere will do. And that'll do it for the first half. We were deadlocked for 42 minutes before Jackson Carter, with his left foot on the volley, made it 1-0. And now the Aggies are 40 minutes away from joining the Lady Aggies in the next round of the playoffs. They still got work to do. We'll take a break, and we'll do it with them. Here on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network, this is Sylacauga postseason soccer, brought to you by Star Physical Therapy. Stay with us.
Choosing a pediatrician is one of the biggest decisions a parent makes. At Sylacauga and Summit Pediatrics, families can feel confident knowing their children are in capable, compassionate hands. Their doctors and staff are experienced, caring, and committed to making every visit easier for busy families. They provide the guidance, support, and resources parents need to make the best decisions about their child's health. Call today and see why so many local families choose Sylacauga and Summit Pediatrics.
Feeling slowed down by pain or injury? At Star Physical Therapy in Sylacauga, we help you get back to the life you love faster. From sports injuries to chronic back or joint pain, our skilled, compassionate team creates personalized treatment plans just for you. Don't stay on the sidelines. Regain strength, mobility, and confidence with therapeutic exercises, manual therapy, and proven techniques. Call 256-249-4701 or visit starphysicaltherapy.net and start your journey to better health today.
Protect what matters most with State Farm agent Albia Steers in Sylacauga. From auto and home to life insurance, Albia Steers and his dedicated team offer personalized service to ensure you have comprehensive coverage tailored to your needs. As a local agent, Albia Steers understands the unique challenges you face and is committed to guiding you through every step, from quotes to claims. Trust in a neighbor who truly cares. Like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Albia Steers is there. Call or click for a quote today.
Now is the perfect time to start your future at Central Alabama Community College. CAC's next mini-term begins March 9th, giving you a fast, flexible way to earn college credit or start a new career path. With campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Talladega, and Prattville, CAC offers affordable classes designed to fit your schedule. Don't wait for fall. Get started this spring. Apply online today at cacc.edu. Central Alabama Community College. Central to you, central to your success.
Spring is a season of fresh starts and new opportunities. Hi, I'm Chad Jones, President and CEO of First Bank of Alabama. Whether you're planning roots in your very first home, moving into your forever home, starting a business, or planning for the future, we're here to help you grow. Just like spring, every stage of life brings new beginnings, and we'll be by your side through all of them. First Bank of Alabama, where you are first. Visit us online at fbal.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Experience leadership that truly echoes the heart of Coosa Valley. Ben Robbins is an accomplished attorney specializing in real estate, estates, and business law. Voted Coosa Valley's best attorney, Ben is not only a legal expert, but also a dedicated community champion. He actively supports our farmers, stands strong with our veterans, and engages in local initiatives like the Rotary Club and Habitat for Humanity. For Ben, it's all about nurturing the community spirit, supporting our schools, and cheering on local high school sports. When you're in need of real estate or business legal help, call attorney Ben Robbins at 256-346-6493.
At Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union, you're more than a customer, you're a member owner. We provide personalized service, local lending decisions, and competitive rates to help you buy a home, finance a vehicle, or reach your financial goals. We're proud to serve Central Alabama and invest in the communities we call home. Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union, where you belong. Visit us today at CoosaPinesFCU.org or stop by one of our branches located in Chelsea, Childersburg, Pell City, Vincent, and Sylacauga. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Ready to refresh your closet? Head the Fair to Midland in downtown Childersburg. From Judy Blue and Can jeans to men's styles and baby clothes, you'll find something for the whole family. They're open Monday through Friday from 10 to 6 and Saturdays from 9 to 2. Can't make it in? No problem. Shop anytime at ftmgifts.com. That's ftmgifts.com. Fair to Midland in downtown Childersburg, your local spot for style.
6 years in a row. That's how long Sleeping Giant Heating and Cooling has been voted best heating and air in the Coosa Valley. So when your AC starts acting up this season or quits on you in the middle of a summer scorcher, you already know who to call. Fast service, honest work, and a team that treats you right. Don't sweat it. Call Sleeping Giant Heating and Cooling today and get back to cool, comfortable living. Sleeping Giant Heating and Cooling. Online at sleepinggiantair.com.
What makes something worth the drive? It's more than a price. It's how you're treated the moment you step on the lot. Hi, I'm Chris Kane. At Toyota of Sylacauga, we don't just say it, we show it. Every handshake, every deal, every service appointment, we earn it. That's how you know it's worth the drive, and we'll prove it. Toyota of Sylacauga, worth the drive, and we'll prove it. Online at toyotaofsylacauga.com.
Gear up for a flavor victory at Wharf Casual Seafood. Whether you're craving seafood classics like shrimp or crab claws, or wanting to tackle a juicy burger or crisp salad, we've got your winning play. Dine in with us or grab a meal to go and find out why every bite is a win at Wharf Casual Seafood. Check out our menu at wharfcasualseafood.com. The coast is here.
If you're tired of wandering around a big box store, get to Van Zant Hardware on Highway 280 in Sylacauga. These folks know their stuff and they know where it is. Need rafters? In stock. Looking for solid 28-foot lumber? They've got it and it's not damaged. For over 50 years, they've been helping home builders, farmers, and everyday folks get the job done right. Van Zant Hardware is a proud supporter of Sylacauga, B.B. Comer, Childersburg, and Fayetteville athletics.
Choosing a pediatrician is one of the biggest decisions a parent makes. At Sylacauga and Summit Pediatrics, families can feel confident knowing their children are in capable, compassionate hands. Their doctors and staff are experienced, caring, and committed to making every visit easier for busy families. They provide the guidance, support, and resources parents need to make the best decisions about their child's health. Call today and see why so many local families choose Sylacauga and Summit Pediatrics.
Managing your finances has never been easier with Sycamore Federal Credit Union's mobile banking app. Access your accounts, transfer funds, and locate nearby ATMs all at the palm of your hand. Plus, with services like skip a payment twice a year and competitive loan rates, Sycamore offers flexibility and convenience to fit your lifestyle. Visit sycamorefcu.com to learn more or download the app today. Sycamore Federal Credit Union. Let us cover your financial needs.
Feeling slowed down by pain or injury? At Star Physical Therapy in Sylacauga, we help you get back to the life you love faster. From sports injuries to chronic back or joint pain, our skilled, compassionate team creates personalized treatment plans just for you. Don't stay on the sidelines. Regain strength, mobility, and confidence with therapeutic exercises, manual therapy, and proven techniques. Call 256-249-4701 or visit starphysicaltherapy.net and start your journey to better health today.
Central to you, central to your success. Central Alabama Community College, the official video live streaming sponsor of the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network. Online at cacc.edu.
Thank you to Central Alabama Community College for helping us stream this, as well as Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union, presenting sponsor of the Aggie Sports Network, and Star Physical Therapy for sponsoring Sylacauga postseason soccer, which has already seen one team come out on top tonight. Sylacauga Lady Aggies winning 3-1 over Montevallo, and now the boys 40 minutes away from dittoing what the Lady Aggies did earlier. It was deadlocked for the majority of the first half before Jackson Carter, on a goal kick all the way down the field, got on the end of one with his left foot on the volley and sent it in to make it 1-0. That's where we sit now. The Aggies still have work to do, as Northside will begin this with number 4, Hannah, in the center circle. They've been very dangerous on the counter. They hit the crossbar 90 seconds into the game, but they have not found the goal. Cole Wright with a few saves. We're also crediting him with an assist on that Jackson Carter goal. And Alex, as we begin this second half, as you see Peyton Wheeler up top, he caused some issues. What do the Aggies need to do to see this thing out?
Protect the goal. That's going to be the key thing. Make sure they can't equalize here and get another goal to give yourself a little bit of breathing room in the second half.
We'll try to do that through Anderson Shaw and Jackson Carter working a 1-2 down the left. Carter back to Shaw. Shaw still with it. Falls to Joe Gaspar, who is nice to see him out on the field. He wasn't in the first half. He's driving forward here in the second. Plays in Casey Malone, who finishes, and it's going to be offside against Casey Malone. What a find from Joe Gaspar. But Malone was offside. And Jackson Carter can't believe it. Clapping, telling his team good job on that restart, but it looked like the Aggies were just inches away from number 2.
That was a close call on the offside. I think it could have gone either way. Fortunately, it didn't go the Aggies' way.
Headed by Holdeman. Shaw, a nice touch to Gaspar. Gaspar lays it back down the left. And it's just out for a throw. Shaw takes it quickly. Looking for Malone. He headed it. I think he just grazed it towards goal. Now here they go with Jimenez. Jimenez cutting back inside. Aggies just backing off of him. Allow him to shoot. And Cole Wright stood his ground, jumping slightly to his right, makes the save. Jimenez is the danger man.
And another big save from Cole Wright. Had he not got that one or been in that position, it would have been an easy goal for Northside.
Aggies trying to work it very narrow. Shaw gets back on it. Goes to his left. Tries to find Gaspar. Here's Jimenez once again. And just a great job from Ethan Brown to seal it and find Malone down the right. Should be out for an Aggie throw. And it's ruled a throw in for Northside. Headed to Carter, to Shaw. Heavy touch from Shaw. Holdeman. Fisher.
I don't know about that one. That looked like that went off.
Yeah, it's back-to-back. There should have been throw-ins for the Aggies. Instead, they're throw-ins for the Lions. Lions work it to the right. I'm sure with the goal of getting it to Jimenez. Here he is on the ball. Number 11 plays it back. Jimenez, cross in. Cooper, Holdeman. It's out for Carter. Good step up from Gaspar. Here's Shaw. Shaw can't find Wheeler. It's out wide for Hannah. Hannah cutting to his right. Looking for a shot, and it's wide. Holdeman looking for Wheeler on the restart. And Gaspar going to get called for the foul as he got skipped past. That was number 17, Owen Johnson. And Gaspar grabbed him around the waist, kept him from advancing. So a free kick, and it's number 28, Jimenez, that will take. Ball's going to go all the way over for a goal kick. Carter, the goal scorer, retains possession, goes back to Harris. Harris looking for Malone all over here on the right. He'll find him. Blast off of Otero. Throw in for the Aggies. Going over the top for Wheeler. Wheeler gets on the end of it. Wheeler! Did it not cross? Did it not cross the goal line?
It looked like it crossed from here.
How did the Aggies not have a second? Shaw still with it, takes the shot, and it's going to go out all the way just to the right of this corner flag over here for a deep throw-in. How did that not go over the line, Alex Bauman?
Like I said, it felt like and looked like it went across the line over here. I'm not sure how that was not a goal. As close as you can get to not being a goal if you're Peyton Wheeler.
It's a lifeline for the Northside Lions. They'll have a throw-in over there on the far side, right in between both teams, almost center circle. Ball came off of Gaspar's face, I believe, and a foul called against Owen Johnson. He pushed him in the back. Free kick for the Aggies. Free kick taken from Holdeman. It's not going to beat the first man. And this is a break. Jimenez tries to touch it by Harris. Harris fighting hard. Both go to ground. What's the call? And it's a foul against Jimenez on Jarrett Harris. That was fantastic defense from Harris.
Sylacauga's defense has been that way all night, regardless of the pushes. that Northside has had, Sylacauga's defense has stood tall.
Gaspar wins the header. Malone, it's a pretty good ball, but Shaw ran inside right as Malone played it outside, so it's a throw for Northside. Jimenez heads it to Hannah. Hannah's going to give Jimenez a chance to claim it on the right. Jimenez crosses in, looking for Otero. Good defense from Carter to get back. He wants a foul call. There's no foul. Instead, it's out for a Northside throw. Holdeman plays it out for another throw. And it was Otero getting on the end of that throw in. Not a bad position to take a shot from, and he put his laces through it. Definitely had the power, but it was high and wide. Fisher back to right. Right to Fisher. Fisher finds Gaspar. That's well done by the Aggies. Gaspar looking for Wheeler. Wheeler. Oh, so close, and it's going to be a foul on Wheeler trying to get on the end of it.
Another time where Peyton Wheeler is so close to getting that goal. Gosh.
He's a handful to deal with. I mean, it's not a bad strategy for the Aggies on throw-ins or just on long balls to just send it over the top and let him fight with a defender who's got their back to goal. Their defender has a lot more to have to focus on than an attacker just trying to win the ball and take a shot. Wheeler back to Gaspar. Gaspar looking for Shaw. And now it's a chance for Johnson to break with Northside. Looking for Jimenez. And it's Jerry Harris once again. Shaw. Ball bounced through, and Carter almost touched it. It somehow stayed in play. This one's an opportunity for Malone. It's a good ball. Shaw just unable to touch it past the defender. Good defense from Harris. Otero keeps it in play. Otero to Johnson. Johnson to Jimenez. Jimenez. Right at right. And he knocked it into the ground and then fell on it.
Another textbook save from Cole Wright, just like Kayla Tinsley. Steady hand on that goal.
And any save with the guy with the wand of a foot like Jimenez, you know, he can hit that ball anywhere. It's going to have any type of spin on it. So just because it went at him doesn't mean it was an easy one. Throw in for Northside. Fisher sends it forward. Fisher just plays it safe after Shaw crossed it back towards the Sylacauga 18-yard box. That ball is poked in from Hannah on the throw-in. That's why those long throws are so dangerous at times. And Cole Wright had no chance because he couldn't even see the shot taking place. Defenders in his way, in his line of sight. And he got wrong-footed on the shot attempt. 26 minutes and 19 seconds remain, and the Aggies had that one-goal advantage. Now it's back, squared up, 1-1. It's really amazing at this point. We've played the whole second half, no stoppages. I'm not sure what the brief pause was, but the referee talking to the goal scorer before eventually getting it back going with the Aggies. Carson Hannah. Equalizes or neutralizes Jackson Carter's first half effort.
That has to be some.
Yeah, it's a collision between two players and no call. Said it's just a goal kick out on the throw-in. Northside sends it deep. Shaw heads it. Harris tries to play it back for her. And that ball taken out, Jarrett Harris. And he is down on the ground in a lot of pain. That ball was rifled off of his lower leg. I hope he's okay. Maybe it was just a cramp activated from the ball hitting him, but I'd be surprised. I was really just hoping the ball that hitting off him didn't cause him to twist and then land on a twisted foot, but he's limping off now under his own power, helped up by Todd Malone. This will force the Aggies into their first substitution of the second half. Foul on Fisher. This one's played forward to Wheeler. Wheeler can control. Look for a teammate. He goes back to Cooper. Cooper. Trying to find Gaspar. It's going to go out for an Aggie throw. Give it up to Wheeler. He can take a long one. He just pushed down in the box. No call. Cooper Cooper going back to Shaw. Shaw's at left back now since the departure of Harris. It should be an Aggie throw. Brown just clears it out for another throw. Shaw to take. Looking for Wheeler. A missed kick here. Wheeler still with it. Wheeler still with it. Wheeler going to take the shot, and it goes into the top corner from the right into the roof of the netting. I mean, what a perfect shot from the freshman. Peyton Wheeler answers back just 3 minutes after the Northside goal. And with 23:07 remaining, Sylacauga's back on top.
Peyton Wheeler had gotten close to making a goal twice. Felt like the first one should have been counted as a goal. And he eventually, on the third try, the third time's the charm for him.
Third time is indeed the charm, and that one was a lot sweeter than what his other goal would have been. What a perfect strike. And it's got to give a player like him a lot of confidence in his first varsity season. Coming up with a goal like that in the playoffs. The sky's the limit for Peyton Wheeler. And on the restart, 2-1. And they'll give it right away to Jackson Carter. Shaw. Another Aggie throw. Oh, it's not an Aggie throw. It's a Lion throw. Big time collision. Fisher and Otero coming together. Otero hits the deck, and official not happy with Caleb Fisher, giving him his last warning. I don't think Fisher had his eye on the ball right there. I think he was looking at Otero the whole way over. Free kick headed away by Carter. Malone. Jimenez is going to take a shot, number 28. And Cole Wright just going to mess with Hannah a little bit before he picks the ball up. Kicks it deep, looking for Gaspar. Gaspar, great touch. Gaspar, nice moves to go left. Cutting centrally, looking for a teammate. He's going to try to chip it for Malone, and in the end hits it too hard. It was fantastic work from Gaspar until the end product. Malone battling in the corner, trying to win the ball back. It's going to be a throw in here. Hernandez heads it down. Cooper. Oh, and Otero wins it. Cooper working so hard to get back after giving the ball up, and he's forced Otero to the right and blocks the cross. You got to love the effort after he was dispossessed. Owen Johnson fed the ball through to nobody, and Cole Wright comes and gets it. Halfway through the second half, Aggies lead 2-1. Gaspar with another great touch. Trying to go for Wheeler, but there's a lack of communication there with the back line. They could have let that thing run to the keeper. They could have passed it between each other. Instead, they cleared out for a deep throw for the Aggies. While we wait for this throw, station ID, this is Mix 106.5, Stewartville, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Listening to Sylacauga Aggie Soccer on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network. His throw-in comes and gets knocked outside the box for Cooper to Carter, back to Cooper. Cooper trying to lay it off to Malone on the left, and it's going to be played off of Malone for a Lion throw. Cooper for Fisher, for Carter. Otero tries to win it back, but it's out for an Aggie throw. Another Aggie throw.
Giddens, I think you should do your hair like Otero.
Yeah, it'd be a good look.
Black on one side, blonde on the other.
You'd have to talk with my hairstylist, and I think that would be denied by her. A goal kick for Northside as Wheeler couldn't get on the end of that throw in. Straight to Cooper on a restart. He'll look for Gaspar. Gaspar, his touch has been perfect. What defense from Anderson Shaw with his back heel, running backwards, played it into space, and Carter's going to be fouled. They'll have a deep free kick here on the far side. Inside the Aggie half, or inside the north side half, excuse me, and Holdeman going for the, I don't know if that was a cross attempt or just taking the shot on from 45 yards out, but.
A little more to the right, and that might have gone in the goal.
Pretty crazy attempt from Holdeman. Now it's Ethan Brown with it after the goal kick. Fisher trying to link up with Cooper, but he hits it out of play for a throw. It's got to be a handball on Fisher, and it's not just a handball. I think it's a yellow card. That was about as blatant as it gets from Aggies number one, and he's going to have to take a seat. And we're going to have Jarrett Harris introduced back into the game. He went out with that injury earlier, so he's going to come back on.
Hey, you know what, to be honest with you, I'm not here to enforce this right now, because even if I was,
So Otero is just waiting to take this as we will restart soon. 6 minutes and 12 seconds remains. Otero, it's not a bad free kick, but the Aggies deal with it. Cooper plays it off for Gaspar. Gaspar down the right. Gaspar looking for somebody to play it to. He wants to go Wheeler. Wheeler down the right. Should be a corner, and it is. Off a Stripling last as Wheeler It's got to be tough. Endless energy from Peyton Wheeler.
And you need guys like that.
And Aggies are quick to get Caleb Fisher back out. He didn't sit long after that yellow card. Comes in for Hernandez. Oh, Wheeler goes up for it. And he was just underneath it, sent it back over the crossbar. But Anderson Shaw, Peyton Wheeler, and, of course, the hat trick from Jackson Carter last week with the headers. Aggies are so dangerous from corners because of those three. They just towering figures in the box. Shaw steps in front. He's deputized well at left back since he moved there. Johnson. Play it for Otero down the left. Fisher puts his hands behind his back to make sure he doesn't commit another. Otero still dribbling around. And it's going to be a foul against Gaspar. One of the three Aggies that were all over Otero. So what will Otero do here? This is a position he could shoot or pass. Pretty tough angle for a shot, but he might still try it. Looks like he did, and it's not a bad effort, but off target. Goal kick, looking for Cooper. Hubbard tries to play it for Gaspar. Here's Harris to Carter. Carter for Malone. Malone down the left. Malone thought he was shoved off the ball. No call. He went flying out of play. Hubbard does well to win it back. Carter.
That's the second time in that general vicinity where an Aggie player has been bulldozed and the ref has swallowed his whistle.
Otero dancing with it against Fisher. He'll play one over the top, looking for Hanna. Can't get it past Holdeman, who heads it to Carter, who heads it to Gaspar. Gaspar can control and turn. He'll go wide to Malone to the left. Malone with space. Two Lions decide to act, so he leaves it for Gaspar in the corner. And after a while, like Vela was able to crowd it out of play. Carter leaves it for Gaspar. Gaspar looking for Malone. And it's not a throw-in. Quickly taken on the throw-in for the Lions. Aggies thought it was theirs. Aggies went it back with Cooper. Otero. Trying to play it for Hubbard from Gaspar. And safely into the hands of Wright. Under 11 minutes to go. Possibly handball from Otero, no call. Mendez able to win it, but he slips on the ball. Now he plays it to Otero. Otero looking for help. Lays it off for Johnson. Johnson back to Otero. Otero dribbles to his right, takes a shot, but he was going away from goal and couldn't get a lot of power on it. Cole Wright with the save. Out off of Livingston. Cooper takes the throw. This should go to Malone. Malone cuts back inside. Malone takes the shot. Malone takes another shot. Trying to create some space for himself on that left side, cutting back to his right. Couldn't keep it down on the second attempt. Hubbard off. Wheeler back on. The Aggie goal scorer, potential winner, Peyton Wheeler. Gaspar does well here. Gaspar trying to cut back to his right. He's blocked. Shaw. Bounces off of Holdeman and Shaw. Now it ends up with Jimenez. Here's Otero. Otero shrugs off Gaspar. Crosses it in, not a bad ball. Holdeman deflected off of him, and Cole Wright wasn't exactly sure if that one was going for goal or not. He just had to deal with it. Plays it out. It's going to be a corner. The clock ticks. Just over 8 minutes remain. Northside with a corner. That one was out to the far post and then headed high, and Cole Wright comes to claim and is knocked down in the process. Wright sends it away, looking for Carter down right flank. He couldn't keep it in play. Throw in going for Otero. Cooper. They'll just let it run out for a throw. Taken quickly, looking for Wheeler. Carter. Gets it by one, looking for Gaspar. Cooper. There's going to be a foul on Gaspar, taking out Jimenez. Free kick for the Lions. Ball over the top. Hannah fighting for it. Hannah wants the penalty, and that's a high boot against Wheeler. It's going to be a foul on Peyton Wheeler. But back in the penalty box, it was Carson Hannah that went down, saying that Shaw shoved him. Referee told him to get up. Another free kick.
And Northside fans can be mad, but that's happened to Sylacauga numerous times on the other end. It hasn't been called. I feel like the consistency needed to happen, and it did there.
Yeah, it's just been a physical game so far. Now Carter can try to run down the right, but he'll run out of play. Aggie's not trying to be too expansive going forward. 2-1 will do the job. Jimenez tries to cross in. It bounces off of Hannah. And Carter was open on this flank, but Aggie backline just had to deal with it. Throw in for Otero. Cooper somehow wins it back and sends it forward. Throw in looking for Otero. Malone comes over to hassle him. And he's actually won it. And a foul called against Malone. And I don't believe it. Malone may have come up a little bit hurt after that challenge too. Looked like he'd won it with a second effort already on the ground. It looks like Malone, injury stoppage, he's going to have to go out of play. Hernandez will replace him with just under 5 minutes to go. He's not one you want to lose, but in fact, I don't think he's going to be out for long. He didn't go back to the bench. He went to the sideline, turned right around, and stays at the substitution center flag. The very next stoppage of play, he'll be right back on, and it might be right now. Juan Hernandez, thank you for your service. Actually, it won't be Hernandez. It'll be Jarrett Harris coming off, so Hernandez does get to stay on the field.
Yeah, okay. Let me ask Hank.
Malone's still limping, but I don't think he's too interested in sitting out the last 5 minutes of this game unless he needs amputation.
Not at all, being a senior. Season on the line, up 1 goal. Gotta want to leave it all out there in case Malone is going to do that.
Aggies with a throw in. Wheeler will take a long one. He finds Gaspar. Gaspar just sends it sky high. Now it's Carter. He does find Malone. Malone comes crashing in to the box. Aggies working their way back defensively as trying to advance it Northside. They can't get it too far forward. It's Hernandez. Hernandez going over the top. He might have found Malone just a little bit too much. It'll be a deep throw in for the Lions. To nobody except Juan Hernandez. Back to Malone. Malone tries to play it centrally. This one goes back to Caleb Fisher. He's in no hurry to play it forward. It'll be a Aggie throw. Gaspar for Carter. Carter tries to go back to Wheeler. Wheeler's offside. And it'll be a free kick for Northside Aggies. Need to get back, because Northside's not going to waste any time. Sends it forward. Finds Jimenez. He's in this left channel. He's allowed to pick up and run, and a fantastic stop from Ethan Brown, who can pick it up and run. Looking for an option. Plays it off of Livingston for a throw. He takes quickly, goes to Gaspar. To Brown. Malone. Wide left. Goal kick.
Live with that all day long.
Fantastic defense and carrying from Ethan Brown. They keep it in play here. Thought it was going to be a throw in, but instead they got work to do, and then they can't link up. And it's an Aggie throw as we approach the 2-minute mark. Last gasp. Just goes to Brown, still trying to play it forward. It's Jimenez. And he tries a little scoop to get past the back line, but go right out. Claims around the penalty spot. Malone lays it off for Shaw, and Shaw hits it high for Wheeler. Wheeler bounces off. It's still a live ball, and wisely played down this left. The Lions just struggling to put together a couple passes. Here's Wheeler. And hit way out of play. Aggies in no rush. In fact, we'll have a substitution here to milk a little bit of clock. No, time stops with 48 seconds left. Hernandez off. Throw in comes. Throw in goes back to Northside. And it's a foul against Owen Johnson. And this may do it. A free kick. Aggies don't have to do a whole lot right here. A throw in. They find Gaspar on the long throw. Here's Harris. Harris still with it. Harris tries a shot. It's blocked. Malone comes in. Was fouled. No call. Less than 10 seconds left. What can Northside even do at this point? Not a lot. And it's Braden Cooper that knocks the ball forward and says, good game. The Aggies. Jackson Carter in the first half. Then we saw partway into the second half, Carson Hanna tie it up, but 3 minutes after that, the freshman phenom, Peyton Wheeler, with a beauty of a goal, sends the Aggies to the round of 16. The Aggies do the double over Montevallo and Northside tonight. Congratulations to the girls, a 3-1 victory, and the boys with a 2-1 victory. Alex, it couldn't have been a better night.
Couldn't have been. Both teams win. Some scares for both of them in the second halves, but they're battle tested. They know how to deal with those things, and they come out victorious. Had to be proud of the adversity and the answer to it that they did tonight.
And it looks like the boys will play the winner of Brew Tech and Demopolis. And really, if I guess in a perfect scenario for our sake, for coverage sake, what we really need is for Demopolis' boys and girls to win. Therefore, I would assume that both the games would be in Demopolis on the same night, and that would make it easy for us to cover. If any other scenario happens, I'm not quite sure what we'll do, Alex. We'll have to make that decision later on, but for now it's time to celebrate. The Aggies, 2-1 victors over the Northside Lions. We'll take a very quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap it up on the Star Physical Therapy postgame show. This is Sylacauga Postseason Soccer, brought to you by Star Physical Therapy on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union.
At Allen Brew Markets, we're proud to call this community home. Every day, we bring you great service, quality products, and the convenience you deserve. From morning coffee to late-night fill-ups, we're always here when you need us. Allen Brew Markets, your hometown convenience store, your hometown pride. And when it comes to serving our neighbors, we're all in with Allen.
You're all in with Allen, oh yeah. Allen Brew Markets.
Feeling slowed down by pain or injury? At Star Physical Therapy in Sylacauga, we help you get back to the life you love faster. From sports injuries to chronic back or joint pain, our skilled, compassionate team creates personalized treatment plans just for you. Don't stay on the sidelines. Regain strength, mobility, and confidence with therapeutic exercises, manual therapy, and proven techniques. Call 256-249-4701 or visit starphysicaltherapy.net and start your journey to better health today.
This is the Star Physical Therapy post-game show on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network.
Back on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network, Michael Giddens alongside Alex Bauman here for your finish of the night, and it is a great one indeed. The Aggies win both matchups. The girls over Montevallo 3-1. The boys over Northside 2-1. Alex, in that final game with the boys, who did you look at as the X factor, the key to victory? Where did it come from on that field for the Aggies tonight?
I know Peyton Wheeler and Jackson Carter ended up scoring the goals, and Cole Wright saved so many that lost count. He was outstanding tonight as well. But I feel like Ethan Brown, towards the end, was clutch for Sylacauga, stopping some offensive pushes from Northside.
Yeah, it was, the Aggies, once they got that second goal, realized the situation at hand and didn't really try to do much offensively besides the long throws and the balls over the top and let Peyton try to run on and cause some havoc. But besides that, it wasn't an attempt at playing really the soccer that we saw in the first half, which was much more passing-oriented and possession-based. It was much more of a just send it forward and see what happens. And that's okay when you're in a survive and advance scenario. Why would you try anything else that might leave you vulnerable to the counter, which we saw Northside was very good at in that first half.
They definitely were. They gave Sylacauga all they could handle. A game Sylacauga I feel like needed going into the next round, where they end up playing Brewtech or Demopolis Brewtech. Correct me if I'm wrong, Michael, the team that ousted Sylacauga last year. And I feel like having seen Sylacauga dominate much of the area play this year and a lot of other opponents, a wake-up call was needed for Sylacauga a little bit to know they can handle a game like this and when they play Brewtech or Demopolis.
Yeah, of the potential opponents, Sylacauga has played Brewtech already this season. That was their season opener, and they won that one, I believe, in that first tournament up in Albertville.
5-0.
Yeah, that was a big victory. So, I mean, the Aggies would love to possibly get another matchup with them, but Brewtech's also probably thinking about it as well. I don't think the girls have played Elmore County or Demopolis this year. The boys haven't played Demopolis, so any of those would be unique opponents. And for our broadcasting sake, I guess we're rooting for Demopolis victories because that would mean that both teams are in the same location no matter what, and that would make it a lot easier for us to cover. If something else happens, I don't know exactly what the plan will be. We'll figure that out shortly. You stay tuned to the Aggie Sports Network on social media. Check us out on Facebook and find out. When we know, we will let you guys know as well. But for Michael Giddens and Alex Bauman here, this has been a product of Radio Alabama Sports on the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network. Until next time, stay safe out there. Have a good night, and we'll see you with more Sylacauga postseason soccer brought to you by Star Physical Therapy very, very soon. Thanks for watching and listening.
You've been listening to the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network, home of the Sylacauga Aggies, presented by Alta Point Health, Coosa Valley Medical Center, and Allen Oil Company of Sylacauga, sponsored in part by Alta Point, Coosa Valley Medical Center, Allen Oil Company, Star Physical Therapy, Marble City Pharmacy, Sleeping Giant Heating and Cooling, Wright Tire and Service, Toyota of Sylacauga, Central Alabama Community College, State Farm Agent Albia Steers, La Costa Mexican Restaurant, Donahue Physical Therapy, Sylacauga Chamber of Commerce, Coosa Valley Recycling, Another Level Cards, Amya, Van Sant Hardware, Sycamore Federal Credit Union, Wharf Casual Seafood, Fair to Midland Gifts and Boutiques, Broadway Spinal Care, First Bank of Alabama, CAC Adult Learning, and Sylacauga Pediatrics. The Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union Aggie Sports Network is a product of Radio Alabama Sports and Radio Alabama. This broadcast is copyrighted by Radio Alabama for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast, descriptions, or accounts of the game without Radio Alabama's consent is strictly prohibited. Thanks for listening.